good morning, everybody. Brock and Salk Show, Seattle Sports here on 710, seattlesports.com, Seattle Sports app. All the podcast platforms out there, all of them everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, and I'm going to get to them in just a moment here. Plus YouTube, if you want to watch the show, or 97.3 HD2 if you like listening locally here in your car, and high-definition radio. Crystal clear. Sounds great. Better than FM even. That's how good we sound on 97.3 HD2. So I got a text today from Brian Nemhauser early this morning bragging about his 4.7 rating on Apple Podcasts, which I thought was quite frankly, I mean, look, I appreciate a morning text. I don't get a lot of texts before the show generally, but that's a bit of a chirp. I don't know how psyched I was to see that. So
something you've been trying to, a goal you've been trying to
forever
reach for a while.
Now, if I remember right, the Mike Salk show did have a 4.7. But it, went away. And then Brock came in and obviously it totally crushed our ranking here. And, the show's so much worse that people don't like it as much anymore. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, we've been stuck at this 4.6 now since, forever. That's still where we are, 4.6. Haven't gotten a new review here in a couple of days. So if anyone's got some time, please, if you like listening via podcast, drop us a rating, throw a little 5-star on there, and hopefully we can get to a 4.7 like Hawk Blogger. He's got a 4.7. Now, worth noting that the Brock and Salk show has been rated by almost 2,000 people. 1992, so about 2,000 people. Hawk Blogger is only at 431 rankings, or ratings, I guess it is. So, you're looking at less than 20%. That I think has to factor in, right? Also, he's kind of giving the people what they want, like G does. Right? I mean, he's kind of giving them,
You want Seahawks content.
And he's giving them, as he, I think, would say, a little bit of fan content on there, right? Like, hey, I love the Seahawks, so do you, let's bond. And, sometimes this show can be a little bit more critical. Sometimes we have to give you your medicine. Not everybody wants their medicine.
Sometimes you're arguing with listeners about bat flip.
That's right.
Throwing bats.
And Brian would never do that. So obviously that changes things as well. But just since I was, looking... Since I was verifying the text I got to see whether or not he truly had a 4.7, I thought I would click on the old Marine Layer podcast just to see where it is at. Do you know, Lyle, where the Marine Layer podcast is at in terms of ratings and reviews?
I think it's a 4.8.
It's 4.8.
Whoa.
I know. Once again, giving the people what they want, a 4.8. Now, again, only 134 ratings, so a little bit... a little farther to go. And of the three that pop up, one of them does say insufferable, which I think is quite frankly rude and unfair. But 134 ratings, a 4.8 rating. So the Brock and Salk show trailing behind Hawk Blogger, who trails the Marine Layer podcast. And I think we learned that the one constant is that TJ is better than any of us. I think that's what we've learned here this morning. Anyway.
Come on, Lyle. Step it up on this show.
Yeah, Lyle. If you can bring some of that 4.8 energy that you have on your show to this show, I think that maybe we could up our ratings.
From what Brock said, maybe it's the cursing. You can't do that here.
Oh, yeah. You think that's what gets him up? And I think Hawk Blogger curses sometimes too.
I'm looking at the text line, and another issue we might have right now is the new Blue 88 intro that Brock recorded. It's not popular.
Yeah, well, I think I talked about that yesterday. I didn't want to get too deep into it, but I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
I mean, the listeners don't either.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hate change. So, change is always a challenge for me, but I'm with you and the listeners. I don't know. There was just something off about it. It didn't feel as real. Does that make sense? It didn't feel as authentic as some of the ones that
So he recorded it after the show without your knowledge. Do you think you needed to be there?
No. No, I don't want to be
on
there.
On Teams or something as moral support?
Absolutely not. No, it felt a little fake. The old Blue 88 intro felt very authentic. I felt like that one was very fake. And, I'm happy. I don't mind criticizing right here on the show. I'm calling out Brock. I'm calling out Pittman, who made that. And maybe they need to bring in Howdy to redo it. I don't know. But I'm very, very, very disappointed in that. Very disappointed. Here's a review. Stop I'm not going to read that. Stop avoiding talking about how the Mariners need to get Chris Flexen to save this train wreck. What? Chris Flexen? What's going on in this world? I don't know what they need to save this, and we will talk a little bit more at 7 o'clock about the mess that they've made of this road trip, and it has been a mess. There's no doubt. I don't have an answer as to what's going to turn it around other than that at some point it'll just turn around. I know that sounds incredibly frustrating. Nobody wants to hear that, but it's the truth. Like at some point, it'll just turn around. At some point, a couple of the guys will get hot. At some point, the pitching will be better. It's just been the way the entire league, the American League, has worked this year, and to a lesser extent, the entirety of baseball. What'd you say this morning, Lyle? We were chatting this morning, and I was like, man, everybody keeps losing, and the Mariners aren't really losing any ground because Boston loses, Cleveland loses, Houston loses again on a walk-off walk. I was watching that last night. Pathetic. That team stinks, in case I haven't mentioned it much. What did you tell me this morning?
The Royals are back in this thing now, too.
Because they what? Won 5 in a row.
Yeah, they've won 5 in a row.
And winning 5 in a row, happens, right? Teams win 5 in a row all the time. That's not that unusual. Well, win a quick 5 in a row, and you completely change where you were at in these standings because the teams are just so up and down and riding the waves. So, am I panicked this week? No. Do I like watching them play poorly? No, of course not. Do I like watching these games when they're not doing well? Absolutely not. But I'm not that concerned because that has just sort of been the way the whole league has functioned over the course of this season. And there were some positives in there. There were some negatives. Thank you, Lyle, for pointing a few of these out. 51 runners in scoring position over the last 5 games. That's a lot of runners in scoring position. And giving up 20 hits in that spot is not going to get it done ever. You're going to lose those games. And that's why they've lost 5 straight. That's pretty simple, right? You just can't do that. But it was, I think, important to see Eugenio Suarez with a couple of hits yesterday, a couple of powerful hits, right? And if those are a sign of things to come, getting somebody else hot with Julio would be huge. Naylor kind of toned it back down. Randy's really not been hot here for the last week or two. Who else am I missing in there? Cal's been up and down. But if you were to get Gino hot, obviously that would be a huge, huge difference. Huge difference. And I don't know what it is that's eventually going to change with the sort of back end of the roster. I just don't get it. I know you don't either. And seeing Dylan Moore with another start yesterday, I know he took a walk, although honestly, I think it was kind of a gift of a walk. It looked like that was strike 3. His at-bats are just not good. They're just not good. And I know Garver's been better against lefties recently. Credit to him. He's been better. Had home runs in 2 straight games. But Brock is right. When you're rolling out a lineup with both, when you're kind of backs up against the wall and you've lost 4 straight and you're throwing Dylan Moore and Mitch Garver together, and I just don't like it. And again, I think it's fixable. That's the thing that I think is crazy to me. This seems pretty easy. Get Ben Williamson back up on this team. And on the days where you're facing a lefty, a tough lefty, and Sanchez is nasty. Don't get me wrong. I was not expecting the Mariners to score 6 runs yesterday against Chris Sanchez. That dude's good. He's really good. Really, really good. And he's been excellent this year. But why wouldn't you want Gino to DH and get Williamson at third base on those days? Improve the defense, and I think you're improving your offense. What am I missing?
Even if they want more at-bats for Ben Williamson down in Tacoma, I just saw this yesterday. Leo Rivas is second in the PCL and WRC Plus right now.
He's been great.
Yeah, they sent Mastroboni down like you had options.
There's plenty of options here with those guys. So, yeah, it is very surprising. I'm not going to complain again about Garver. It is what it is. He's your backup catcher. Teams have backup catchers. I don't know what to tell you. Most of them aren't the best hitter in the world. He's a little overpaid for the position, but okay, he's your backup catcher. The Dylan Moore one is really kind of confounding to me, and honestly, same with Donovan Solano. At this point, those 2 positions just aren't giving you anything. I would rather have Leo Rivas and Miles Mastroboni back up. I'd rather have a collection of guys that can be moved around the diamond. Yeah, it has been very confusing. Or Ben Williamson. Some combination of the 3. Very, very surprising, very confusing. And it does sound like the ability to change this thing and get Victor Robles back to help on those days against lefties is going to take a little while, and it's going to become a whole lot more complicated. We'll explain in everything you need to know next.
If you haven't subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube,
it's amazing. We just got to keep hammering it home.
You're missing part of the game.
The rest is history.
There's so much more than what happens on the field.
This is the place I love.
Subscribe now for in-depth inside information with Brock and Salk.
The Mariners' hit rate was way higher than that.
Bump and Stacy.
Cal's like a coach out there.
Wyman and Bob.
One day, breaking that record would be pretty cool.
Stream it live with the local sports leader on YouTube, Seattle Sports.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Your car steering wheel could be a ticking time bomb. At least 24 people have died and many more injured because their airbags fired shrapnel at them upon inflating. Tens of millions of cars have been recalled. If you suffered cuts that required stitches, hearing or vision loss, or broken bones, please contact us today. You could be owed money for medical bills and other damages.
Morgan & Morgan. Visit us at badairbags.com for an office near you. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
At O'Neill Plumbing, we don't just promise to get the job done, we back it up. No travel charge, no show-up fee, no overinflated pricing, and no out-of-town owners. Just clean, fast, and professional each and every day. O'Neill Plumbing.
Step into automotive history at LeMay, America's Car Museum. Explore 300 incredible cars and 100 years of heritage. Enjoy thrilling racing simulators and the cafe. It's excitement for all, and out-of-town visitors will love it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
From the roof to the deck, the siding to the gutters, and energy-efficient windows, State Roofing and Exteriors is your one-stop shop for home protection. With over 55 years serving Western Washington, we don't just work here, we live here. We know what your home is up against when the cold sets in and the rain starts falling. Right now, we're making it easier than ever to get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Summer is here and Washington Energy's BOGO 40% off sale is on now. Update and enhance your home with beautiful new windows and doors, expertly installed by Washington Energy Services. Save today with one of our best deals of the year. Buy one energy-efficient window, get the second at 40% off. And BOGO 40% off all entry, patio, and interior doors right now. From traditional to modern home updates and with over 65 years of award-winning installations, Washington Energy is the clear choice. Call today for a free estimate.
The ballpark is rocking like 2001. Let us clear up your allergies so you can enjoy more of each game. Hey, it's Dr. Ryan Stern of the Stern Sinus Center. Let us fix your ear, nose, and throat problems. Let's make your congestion, sinusitis, snoring, and allergies a non-issue. We can diagnose and treat everything from allergy testing and treatments to modern nasal breathing procedures to advanced balloon sinuplasty. Come and see us in Federal Way in Auburn or at sternsinus.com. That's sternsinus.com.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Classic Collector Car Truck and Boat Auction, Saturday, August 30th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Hundreds of cars, vintage, muscle, exotic, classics, trucks, boats, and more. Saturday, August 30th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Millions of dollars in inventory, many must sell with no reserve whatsoever. Get lucky, get local, and get in line for the Northwest's greatest collector car auction. Auction details at luckyoldcar.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Did like the fight that the Mariners showed last night, but unfortunately the results simply not good enough, falling once again and ensuring that they won't win any of the 3 series on this trip. Credit to Bryce Miller. Went 5 innings, gave up only 4 runs in his return to the team.
Bryce ready to wind up, and again the 2-2 to Turner. Swing and a miss, and he wins the battle. Strike 3. So Bryce Miller with a fastball, good old-fashioned heater, strikes out Trey Turner. And 1 away for the Phillies here in the bottom of the first inning. Wow, nice battle.
Yeah, again, not perfect, but he at least gave them a chance in that game, and they waited out the nasty Chris Sanchez, who couldn't do much about. Finally did a little damage against the pen. Unfortunately, Matt Prash hung one, and that was about all she wrote.
Here is JT Realmuto. Man, these kids play their hearts out. Pitch on the way. Well hit ball deep to left center field, and this is way out of here. Way back into the lower deck at left center, JT Realmuto with a long 2-run home run, and it gives the Phillies a 6-4 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I know that can be a bit of a bandbox, but the Phillies were not getting cheated on the home runs that they've been hitting in this series. That was a just torch job, my gosh. Juan Duran was nasty, and the Mariners fall 6-4. 15 strikeouts on the night, now 2-6 on the trip. After that fantastic homestand, what is happening on this road trip, Dan Wilson?
I mean, road trip's a road trip. This is just, it is what it is. I think we anticipated, that it was going to be a long one. It's been a long one, but there's nothing out of the ordinary here for us. We just got to continue to come out each day ready to play, and tonight these guys were ready to fight. They fought, and it just didn't go our way.
He is right. They did fight. I thought they battled pretty hard last night, considering, but unfortunately, you're into now late August, and you got to do a little bit more than just battle. You got to find ways to win these games. Now, here's the good news. Astros lose to Detroit in 10. That was a walk-off walk. Red Sox lose. Yankees win. Guardians lose. So not a lot of change in the standings. The Mariners remain right there in the wild card and a game and a half behind Houston. They got one more in Philly today before an off day, and then the trip home. Luis Castillo and Jesus Luzardo with the first pitch just after 10 o'clock.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Seahawks offensive line had a nice start to the preseason, but obviously question marks still across the interior, and they're going to be on the hunt for any way to improve it. Shouldn't be a surprise that they're going to visit with free agent guard Dalton Reisner, former second rounder out of K-State. He spent some time in Denver, most recently in Minnesota. 30 years old, and he was okay last year. I did a little PFF scouting. Ranked as the 42nd guard out of 136. But 13th in pass blocking, so maybe that would fit a need. Didn't allow a sack, nor did he take a single penalty last season. That at least seems worth mentioning. Olu Oluwatimi and Ken Walker both back to practicing. It did seem like maybe Ken heard what Mike McDonald said the other day about needing to be out there. Chenna Nwosu, Torrey Horton still not there. We did hear from Cooper Kupp and Ernest Jones after practice. Here is Ernest talking about these rookies.
I said this once before. I always feel like my class of rookies were like some of the, I don't want to say dumb, but wasn't that smart. And, I see the classes after, and just speaking on this one, these guys are super smart. Coming in, picking up the playbook the way they are, coming in, just attacking each and every day. They're different than my class, I'll say that. 4 or 5 years ago, we were a lot, hard-headed. So these guys are good.
Yeah, well, and they've been playing really well each time they've been out there. I think we've seen a lot of, why this is considered another excellent draft class for John Schneider and the Seahawks. Meanwhile, Cooper Kupp asked on the other side about the offense. I know we all loved some of that hard-nosed football. Did he?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Anytime you can run the ball like we have been, makes football a much easier game. So it's been great seeing that. I mean, the way the running backs are running behind those guys too. It's been really impressive. So yeah, hopefully something that we can continue to build on.
All right, good. Well, we'll get another opportunity as they have joint practice tomorrow in Green Bay. I think we're going to talk to Brady. Brady's going out there for it to cover it, so we'll talk to him on Friday morning and get a sense of what's going on.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Well, I'm sorry to all of you who thought it was no big deal, but I guess Major League Baseball does still believe you can't throw a bat on the field. Victor Robles suspended 10 games for his actions, and those games have to be served at the big league level once he's been activated. So, yeah, that's tough. Brutal for him, considering there might be only, 30 or so games left when he's ready to return. I know he's had a tough year. I don't blame him for being upset at all, but you just can't throw a bat. That's a no-no. The league has to set a precedent. Jeff Passan joined us yesterday. We asked him about this.
It was embarrassing and immature and wrong.
And he
I
knows
think
that.
he knew that. Look, he's been going through a lot. All of us go through a lot, and we don't throw things at other people. So he will be the suspension, I fear, will be long, and it will be entirely justified.
Yeah, and it ended up being 10 games. So just to clarify, 10 games at the big league level once he's activated, and during those 10 games, the Mariners have to play a player short on the roster. Now, that may not be that big a deal for them since there's already 2 spots on the roster they don't really use, but that is the fact. So my guess is you're going to wait at least until September 1st when you get that extra person up. But, the conversation we had about maybe calling up Harry Ford to give you the options of pinch hitting late, that might go away for 10 games anyway if you want Victor Robles back at some point. So he's appealing. Maybe they'll take a game or 2 off the suspension. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show. Yes, I actually do feel quite a bit for Victor. We've all been there. We've all been, getting progressively more frustrated and done something that hurts ourselves, right? A self-inflicted wound. I've done it, right? We all have. I mean, anybody who's got a temper at all knows exactly what he's going through. It stinks, but you still have to deal with the consequences of it. There's still limits to what's acceptable. I do feel bad for him. Of course I do. By all accounts, great guy. But you can't do that. And now he's going to have to pay the price for it. And unfortunately, the Mariners are going to have to as well. All right. You heard a little bit from Jeff Passan there. I want to give you guys the rest of that. Jeff was tremendous, as always, yesterday. And just, kind of doing his Jeff thing. And if you are a little concerned about where the Mariners are at right now, he may make you feel a little bit better. Stick around. It's next on Brock and Salk.
He's the best catcher in baseball.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive.
And he's on Seattle Sports, Thursday afternoons all season long. It's the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
More history for Cal Raleigh.
I love being here, and I love these fans in the city.
Catch every episode of the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show, presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, the Seattle Sports app, and seattlesports.com.
I cannot say enough about the new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Had a chance to go over there a couple of weeks ago, and it is tremendous. It was really nice. They did such a good job with the hotel. The spa was beautiful. All of the views, including the one from the pool, which is like this whole indoor-outdoor effect with an outdoor hot tub. Just incredible. And the restaurant, oh my gosh, you got to check out the new sports bar. It is gigantic. The food was awesome. The views, again, just stunning. You can find out all about this at snocasino.com and book a hotel room. The rooms were tremendous. Seattle's closest, it's now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
This summer, make sure your roof is ready for the season ahead with a company you can trust, like 3 Tree Roofing. We're not just your roofers, we're your neighbors, and we're here to help you protect your home this season. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free on-site estimate and get your roof replaced before the summer rush and potential material price increases. Our certified technicians make your roof replacement easy and worry-free, so you can focus on the important things this summer. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free, no-pressure estimate. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Perfect garage door for you. Come visit our brand new garage door and fireplace showroom and let our experts help you find the perfect garage door. Cressy Door.
Are you road trip ready? Bucky's Complete Auto Repair will make your car safe and dependable with expert service and old-fashioned care. Brakes, oil change, factory service, and more. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Bucky's.com.
At Toyota Renton, the game plan is simple. Save money and take the tailgate wherever you go. With the all-hybrid Camry, leasing at just $299 a month for 36 months with $32.39 due at signing. And the Corolla at $219 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. The wonderful team at Toyota Renton can set you up with a test drive so you can take your new car to the stadium the same day. Score yours today by visiting Toyota Renton or online at toyotarenton.com and take the tailgate wherever you go. Offers valid through September 2nd, 2025. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Models 2559 and 1852.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
The home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Cal swinging a drive, deep to right field.
Every pitch of every Mariners game is on the Seattle Sports app.
Matt Coker here from West Coast Men's Health. Guys, Viagra is not the answer for your problem. I know you think it is, but Viagra has horrible side effects, and for most men, the longer you're on it, the less it works. Viagra is not a curative medication. It's not fixing your problem. It's a Band-Aid for a shark bite. Acoustic wave therapy is the newest technology that can correct your problem, not just treat it. We can do something that no pill can do. We can restore your blood flow naturally. Get off Viagra today. Change your life like the thousands of men who already have, regardless of your age or your medical history. If you're tired of dealing with Peyronie's disease or erectile dysfunction, then call West Coast Men's Health today.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
West Hills Ford, the big Ford store, is celebrating the Ford Summer Sales event with incredible offers, like the 2025 Ford Ranger XL STZ Super Crew 4-wheel drive. Qualified buyers can lease one now for $324 per month for 36 months with $35.99 due at signing. West Hills Ford, the big Ford store, just off the Auto Center Way exit, Highway 3, Bremerton, part of the Hazelwood Auto Group.
Hazelwood has it!
Homeowners, federal tax credits on heat pumps end soon. Home Comfort Alliance can help you save up to 75% on new in-stock heat pumps with combined discounts, utility rebates, and expiring federal tax credits on systems installed by December 31st. These are new in-stock high-efficiency models that will make your home comfortable year-round. Federal tax credits expire December 31st, so don't wait. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, it's Home Comfort Alliance, the comfort people.
Brock and Salk's Rewind is presented by Toyota of Kirkland and Toyota of Renton.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Yeah, you always knew this was going to be a tough road trip, and it has not gone according to plan, at least so far. Jeff Passan joins us as he does every Tuesday at 8:30. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
You sound spunky. What's going on?
I almost just wrecked my garage. I'm pulling out right now, and something got caught on the front bumper of my car, and I saved it before chaos, and so I feel good about that.
How should we feel about this Mariners road trip, Jeffrey?
Not as good. Yeah, I mean it hasn't been great so far, guys. But all of the games that they had played leading up to it, it buys you a buffer to have some down moments during the season. And I would take in totality the way that the Mariners have been playing. And listen, I know it's not easy when, what is it, 2-4 over the last 6 games, I think. And some ugly games in there and giving up 21 hits and Logan Gilbert looking like I don't know what the hell was going on yesterday. I don't know if he was tipping pitches. I don't know if the Phillies were just absolutely locked in, but Walter did not show up yesterday, and it gives bad feelings, and the feelings get a little bit worse when Christopher Sanchez is on the mound tonight. But you're gonna go through times like this, and I just I look at who the Mariners are, and this last week has not shaken my faith in their ability to be a really good baseball team.
So I would agree with you on that, and we knew this was going to be a tough trip. Baltimore, Queens, Williamsport, Philadelphia, August, rain delays, humidity, good pitching. This was always going to be a bit of a challenge. So the last thing you ever want to do is judge a team during this very difficult spot. And they'll come back, and, I don't want to be the guy who is down on them now. And then you find out in a week and a half, once they get back home and the schedule normalizes into September, that, that was just a blip on the radar screen. But the starting pitching thing is starting to become a bit of an issue, and especially on the road. Logan Gilbert, ERA on the road of 6, Kirby 5, Castillo almost 5, Logan Evans over 5, Bryce Miller over 6. Brian Woo's the only guy at 3.5 with a somewhat normal ERA on the road, and that does kind of jump out to me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, have you thought what the explanation of that could be?
Well, the horrible explanation is these guys are okay pitchers who have been benefiting from T-Mobile Park for a long time. I'm not willing to say that, but I mean, that would be the worst case scenario, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know, man. I have trouble buying that because there are just so many other measures that illustrate that it's more than that. That the stuff, I look at the stuff, and it's why I'm not trying to pivot away from this question because I don't have a good answer, but I want to look at Bryce Miller for a second because to me it's just illustrative of how stuff plays. Bryce Miller earlier this season, when he was hurt, was throwing a fastball 94. So far on his rehab outings, he's been up at 96 plus. The extra 2 miles per hour, I think, are going to make a world of difference in terms of just productivity and his ability to go out there and be the kind of pitcher that we've seen from him in the past. And that's the thing. I don't see degradation of stuff with the other guys that could explain this away. And so it's I hate doing this. It's such a cop-out to say small sample, but I don't know, man. I think that I spend more time looking at a player's history and what he's done than judging him on a handful of games, and that's kind of what we're dealing with here. It's a little more than a handful of games for guys, and I'm not going to give up on them because of that.
I'm sure the organization, Salky and Passan, right, will do a deep dive on this, and if we just have to try to come to some conclusions, I would think the freedom that you get, and this is just, and maybe it's a terrible analogy, but it's the best I got. Like, I knew when I was playing against a bad corner, like, I can just throw that ball up, man. I've got a chance. Like, my margin is so much greater than when I'm playing an elite corner that's got his eyes to me, and I better be very, very precise that, when you do get to pitch in T-Mobile, you can get away with a few more mistakes than you get away with in Philadelphia, in New York, in Cincinnati, in some of these different places on the road. So I wonder if in any way that affects their pitch selection, their pitch psychology, their margin.
Easier to throw strikes when you know that those strikes may not go as far, right?
I think all of that is totally fair, and discounting that things change between home and road would be foolish and would be naive. You pitch to your environment, you pitch to your opponent, and as much as guys want to say, I take it one pitch at a time, and the opponent doesn't matter, and it's about my execution, that's just such a lie. Like, I'm sorry, if you're facing Aaron Judge versus facing Donovan Solano, but facing Donovan Solano, like, you're telling me you're not going to pitch them differently? Of course you are. You have to. You should. If you don't, you're an idiot. and so I look at, the environment does allow you to pitch a little bit differently. It's the fundamentals, though, that have to remain the same. You need to get ahead of guys. You need to have the ability to command the ball. You need to have a variance of pitches so that guys don't get comfortable on one. There are all of these factors and elements that are in play, guys, but at the end of the day, I think what I'm looking at and what's most important to me is how do the Seattle Mariners pitchers, not just the starters, but how do all the pitchers perform against playoff caliber lineups? And yesterday, they did not perform. It was bad, and I don't look at Logan Gilbert any differently because everyone has allowed a bad day at the office, and he's been really good otherwise this season. But it's just a reminder that even when arguably your best pitcher is out there on the mound, when you're facing a playoff caliber team, bad things can happen, and it's why the offense is so important, because it needs to do that to the same types of pitchers that those teams are throwing out there.
How common is it for a good pitcher or even just a good pitching staff to go through a lull in August and maybe come back out of it a few weeks later?
Perfectly normal. You don't like to see it, but there have been situations where teams have absolutely faltered toward the end of seasons and gone and won World Series. Look at the 2023 Rangers, for example. Like, they were not very good down the stretch, and they kind of limped over the last couple months into a postseason spot, and then they just figured it out. So I am not the kind of guy who thinks peaking early is a thing. Like, when I'm talking with people about the Brewers, they will ask, are they peaking early? And my response is no, they're playing good baseball. and that's never a bad thing. But I just as I don't think that winning in September necessarily puts you into a position to be better off, I don't think losing dooms you to this awful October exit. It just, like, I hate to chalk it up to this, but it's like, who do the baseball gods say are going to play well around postseason time? This is not the NFL. where your quarterback dictates your success. This is not the NBA where superstars dictate your success. This is baseball where the 26th guy on your team has a decent chance of being as much of a hero as your MVP candidate. Like that's just how the game goes. It's just how it plays out. It's why I love baseball, honestly.
What's the conversation right now with your pals in Houston? What are we seeing out of the Astros?
Losing Josh Hader hurts. Getting Christian Javier and Spencer Arrighetti back helps. To me, a lot of the season in the American League West is going to hinge on Yordan Alvarez. Does he come back as the Yordan Alvarez who we have seen as wrecker of worlds, or is he the Yordan Alvarez we saw this year who's a diminished version of himself? If they can get him back in the middle of that lineup that now has Carlos Correa, has Jeremy Pena back, and will begin to look much more like a major league lineup than it has throughout this entire season, then I think the Astros are going to be dangerous and are going to be a really difficult team for the Mariners to overcome. Without Alvarez in there, I think the Mariners are the favorite to win the division. Simple as that.
How come you weren't at the Little League Classic?
I'm not part of the broadcast team. And
he's too tall. Salk, he's too tall. I've told you this. They love Kirkchin there because Kirkchin's the same size as a 12-year-old.
Jeez, Kirkchin and Buster hanging out with the little kids kind of worked out well.
Yes.
How cool is that, though? Have you ever been to it? I know you weren't there this year. Have you ever been to that event?
I have never been to it. No,
It looked awesome.
I would say I watch enough youth baseball as is. Like I get my fix. I would venture to say, compared to my colleagues, I probably watch 75 more youth games a year. So I see a lot of baseball.
All right, not so much the youth games. I don't even just mean the Little League World Series games, but seeing the actual major leaguers there and interacting with them, I did think it was especially nice. And it's easy, especially when you cover the sport, to be around the game and see, the autograph seekers every day, and the players get kind of, it's a lot. It's a lot to ask of them day in, day out. And then seeing their joy at hanging with the Little Leaguers, and Julio certainly was right there among them. I was struck by how close in age they all were to each other as we're getting older. Like, what is Julio, 10 years older than these kids? Like, it's really not that significant. But I don't know. I liked that, and I really liked on the broadcast Julio and Soto kind of going back and forth and making fun of each other and challenging each other to run. I wish we could see a little bit more of that in the game without necessarily having to mic up players every inning.
I think that is a very fair assessment of the situation. How do you do that outside of the?
I don't know. I wish there was a way. It's just it's the one thing. Like, there's so much going on the field that we don't get a chance to hear or see. And it's too bad because I think that's where a lot of the really interesting and fun stuff happens in the game. These guys have to keep themselves engaged for 2.5 hours a night. And if it's Julio and Soto talking trash to each other and laughing about it, like, I wish there was more of a way for us to see it.
I mean, could you do off-field stuff?
It's not the same. Yes, they do, but it's just not quite the same. I love the on-field interaction that we just unfortunately aren't privy to.
Well, listen, on Thursday, ESPN is going to be launching our new direct-to-consumer app.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, if we just had like a broadcast, just an alternate broadcast without broadcasters, but with players mic'd up, and occasionally you'll hear them talk, I would be okay with that. It might be a little bit weird just having nothing but the players chattering, and they don't talk necessarily all that frequently. But hey, there are so many different ways for us to consume media now, and I like the idea of getting in there and doing it as much as you do. Maybe could it be like an NFL Films type thing, or do you want it just live?
Yeah,
right
maybe.
now?
Yeah, maybe that is a good way to do it. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I love, and we've been talking about this for a while. I love that there was no strike zone box on the screen during it. I found that it made the game more fun to watch. You still got to see later what happened, but I like just sort of looking at the strike zone without seeing the box to know exactly where it is to the 1/32 of an inch.
It's weird though, isn't it?
I loved it. It's weird in a good way.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's like it just shows you how accustomed we've grown to that being part of the game and of a broadcast, because it felt kind of naked. And I'm with you. I was fine with it, but on those borderline pitches, I was definitely wondering, well, was that a strike or was that not?
But to me,
like,
that's better. I like that I didn't know. You don't need to know exactly. We get to debate it. We get to know that there's a gray area there. Is it a strike? Is it not? I don't know. But the ump made a call one way or another, and we don't have to crucify him afterwards.
I know, but there's not a gray area, dude. Balls and strikes are black and white.
Yeah.
Like there should be a zone, and that zone. What do you mean, eh?
There's a little gray area. When you take the box off the screen, there's a gray area.
Well, yes, there's a gray area because it's not there specifically for you to intuit in that moment. But in terms of balls and strikes, there should be no gray area. Something is either a ball or a strike.
No, this isn't
binary,
tennis
Michael.
where there's a line on the ground. There's no line. Like, it's a bit open to judgment. And I like not being forced to use a box to make that judgment. I win. I stymied Jeff. He's got nothing left to say. Look at that. I've obviously won the argument.
No, my car just turned off and the car play stopped, and I didn't realize it.
Hey,
here's the thing, though. Whatever you were saying sucked, because you're wrong about this.
Thank you. The Mariners are 68 and 58, Jeffrey. 68 and 58, exactly 54% right now. That means they've got exactly 36 games left. We debated this yesterday. 36 games to go. Cal sits at 47 home runs. How many does he end up with?
I think 57.
Oh.
That sounds
I
right.
think he's going to go on. I think he's going to go on a heater here.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets to 57, is he going to win the MVP?
Cal Raleigh wins the Gold Glove. He hits 57 home runs. He shatters Salvador Perez's records. He does things never done in this sport, and he's still 250 OPS points behind Aaron Judge. Can he still win the MVP?
Yes. I think if he gets to 57 home runs, he wins the MVP.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way of looking at it as, hey, it's the MVP, not the highest OPS award, right? And I'm not taking anything away from Judge. That OPS is insane.
The counter to that, though, is if you're putting up an OPS 250 points higher than someone else, then you are inherently going to be more valuable than them.
In some ways.
This is a really tough one for me.
No, Mike, it's binary, Mike. Mike, it's binary. Okay,
would you let Jeff
binary.
talk?
It's tough because I've been involved in these, like, let's assess the difference between a guy who's really awesome at hitting and a guy who's really awesome at everything, but not quite as awesome at hitting as the first one. I've tried to look through these in past cases, and normally it's like if there's 100-point difference in OPS, then yeah, you can rationalize that the guy's defense is going to make up for that, or his base running, or his all-around play. 250 is an enormous gap.
It's a lot.
It is a huge gap, and it is not something in my mind that can be bridged by defense alone. I think the time that Aaron Judge missed comes into play here. And I understand he was on the injured list for only the minimum time, but he's DHing now, so there's stuff that's going to be taken away there. When I used to vote on awards like MVP, I would consult WAR, but I would not abide by it. If I felt like there was a player who was more valuable and WAR disagreed, then I was fine going against it, because I look at wins above replacement not as this biblical thing that's written and that you must adhere to, but rather as something that points you in the right direction to the general value of a player, and then you can figure out how close to accurate you believe it is and what your priorities are. As of right now, if I were voting for MVP today, I don't know what I would do. I would probably lean Raleigh 51 times and Judge 49 times. Like, it's that much of a coin flip to me at this point.
I was surprised, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was a little surprised to hear the commissioner talking so openly about expansion and realignment during the game the other day. I love the idea of realignment. Certainly, I think everyone in Seattle does, since the Mariners have to travel more than anybody else. Does the league...
What kind of realignment is going to make them travel less?
Well, I mean, instead of going...
You guys are far away from everything.
Yeah, but it's under 1,000 miles to... Arizona to Vegas to LA to Anaheim, San Francisco, even Salt Lake if they end up there. It's 1,600 miles to Texas and Houston. So that's a pretty significant difference. I'm not saying it's the total game changer, but it's a good thing for the Mariners. Probably as good as anybody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here's the rub of that though. Would you rather baseball be aligned geographically or be aligned through the structures that have been in place essentially since the turn of the 1900s?
Yeah.
And have an American League and a National League.
Well, it sounds like what I want isn't going to happen. It does sound, I mean, he kind of made it sound like they might. Like, those traditional structures may go away, and all of a sudden you may end up with the Red Sox, Mets, Yankees, and Phillies or something in one division, which would be crazy.
I think that would be a catastrophic mistake. But somebody did suggest to me yesterday something interesting. He said, what if Major League Baseball took care of its competitive balance problem by sticking all the good teams out east and all the high payroll teams together? And my retort to that was, well, unless the schedule is completely unbalanced, where you're facing in-division teams 20 times a year and everybody else less than that, then I guess at that point. But I don't know, the idea of baseball as I know baseball is a local game, but the idea of making it into just a regional game where you're going for regional supremacy, I don't know, that just maybe it's just because of what I'm used to, having spent 44 years on this planet, but it does not appeal to me personally.
Does baseball need 52 more players in the big leagues? Can it handle 52 more players in the big leagues?
Yeah, I think it can handle 52 more. I think the talent pool is there right now. Look at all the good players in the minor leagues who have not been called up because of any number of reasons. I don't think that the game would suffer for having those 52 extra spots.
Last thing for me, Jeff, the nervous Nelly Mariner fan out there that was just on an absolute high with a 9-1 homestand. Oh my gosh, the trade deadline bump, all the emotion and the passion that we had last week. And then, as we've talked about, a tough road trip here that has maybe, sunk in and brought some of the scars of the past back to life. How do you calm down an anxious, maybe a little nervous fan base going through this bump in the road?
I don't know if it's a little nip of whiskey. I don't know if the half an Ativan, or I don't know if you can just breathe yourself into calmness. But understand that baseball does this to you, and you are in control of your life and your emotions. And if you remind yourself that one game, even when all of the games matter so much, one game does not dictate what the rest of the season is going to look like, and that when you look at it holistically, you see a great pitching staff, you see a great lineup, you see a team that plays good defense and runs the bases well. All of those fundamental elements are in place for the Seattle Mariners to have a memorable season. And rather than allow yourself to be dragged into the doldrums by what 9 innings will tell you, look instead at the previous 1,000+ innings and remember that this team has shown that it is very good and that it will continue to be.
Pretty good stuff from Jeff Passan, who, of course, joins us every Tuesday at 8:30, and you can usually hear it Wednesday morning at 6:30 as well. What is going to snap the Mariners out of this funk, out of this slump? I think I have an answer, but I don't know if you're going to like it. It's next on Brock and Salk.
He's the best catcher in baseball.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive.
And he's on Seattle Sports, Thursday afternoons all season long. It's the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
More history for Cal Raleigh.
I love being here and I love these fans in the city.
Catch every episode of the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show, presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, the Seattle Sports app, and seattlesports.com.
Beat rising costs at Lake Washington Windows and Doors. For a limited time, get a 20% inflation discount and enjoy easy 18-month free financing with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Details at lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Step into automotive history at LeMay, America's Car Museum. Explore 300 incredible cars and 100 years of heritage. Enjoy thrilling racing simulators and the cafe. It's excitement for all, and out-of-town visitors will love it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
Between his hobbies and decades of work in a boatyard, Philip had put his body through a lot.
I'm an avid fly fisherman and an avid skier. It takes its toll.
Not to mention one other thing.
I had a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Absolutely obliterated my lower left leg again.
Philip couldn't live with the pain anymore, so he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Listening to all these radio spots, I said, what do I got to lose?
What was your experience like with Dr. Wagner?
What I was so impressed with Mark about is that how often do you have a surgery like this, and the guy calls you the next day to see how you're doing. I can't say enough good things about the guy, honestly.
And how are you feeling now?
I have no pain, none. Zero.
Wow. So would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I'm a fan, believe me. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
At Toyota of Kirkland, it's all about making the smart play. More savings and taking the tailgate wherever you go with the all-hybrid Camry leasing at $299 a month for 36 months with $32.39 due at signing. And the Prius, the electric ride, leasing at $299 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Their incredible team at Toyota of Kirkland will set you up with a test drive so you can head to the ballpark in that new car the same day. Score yours today by visiting Toyota of Kirkland or online at toyotaofkirkland.com. And take the tailgate wherever you go. Offers valid through September 2nd, 2025. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Models 2559 and 1263.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at orchard.com. That's orchard.com. Orchard.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Give me a freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Cowherd is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to accuse you of manager.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Cowherd and Mike Salk.
Hello! Yeah, I don't know what's going to snap the Mariners out of this, Brock. I don't know. I've been thinking about it since yesterday as they drop another game in Philadelphia. They drop another series. That means all three series on this trip they will have lost. And what's going to snap them out of it? Honestly, probably nothing. Now, I don't mean that they're going to play like this forever. I just mean that there's not going to be a thing that snaps them out of the slump. It's just going to happen because it's what's happened with essentially every team in baseball that's in any form of contention this year. They go through good stretches, they go through bad stretches, and just these wild swings from positive to negative and back again. And obviously the hope is to minimize the downturns, right? Steal a game or two when you can, like they did in the first game of the road trip in Baltimore when they, grabbed a 1-0 win, didn't play particularly well, didn't hit particularly well, but found a way to win 1-0. You capitalize when you're playing well, which they did while they were at home and winning as many games as they did. But I don't think there's one thing that's just going to turn them around after what has really been a miserable week.
Well, I think two things jump out to me over this extended, difficult, long road trip. I think number one, anytime that we just talk about the Mariners rotation being the best in baseball, we just need to pause because this Philadelphia rotation is filthy. And it's lefty, and it's lefty, and it's lefty, and these guys are nasty. And unfortunately, baseball, while not like basketball, of being a total game of matchups, it does come down to your kind of pitching matchups. And this lineup, the right-handed version of it, trying to hit lefties, has been problematic for most of the season. I mean, it just has. And I was hoping to not see a Mitch Garver, Dylan Moore lineup again, but because of Canzone day to day and a little stiffness or whatever it is, we have to see that again yesterday. And it just, when you get to playoff baseball, right, look at Philadelphia's lineup, right? We talked about this, when the Mariners were at home and not facing all these lefties, and the difference when you've got the bottom of a lineup that just turns the thing on over versus the bottom of a lineup that just stalls it out.
Well, and Philly's going to struggle against some lefties too. I mean, with Schwarber and Harper and all that. You don't necessarily have the rotation to take advantage of what is going to be problematic for them.
That's exactly right.
Because they're they're almost more left-handed heavy than you are. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, you need Gino to hit against lefties. You need Julio to hit against lefties. Both those guys kind of did their job yesterday, which is how you do end up scoring 4 runs in the game. And I know it didn't come off of Chris Sanchez, didn't come off the starter.
It hasn't this whole trip.
I don't know anybody's going to score off that guy. And they faced really good starting pitching on the trip. We knew this was going to be a challenge for them, right? We knew this was going to be hard. But Randy's been scuffling. Polanco's been slumping. No one other than Julio's really been hot enough to pick them up. And someone will be, right? They've got enough guys on the team capable of getting hot that someone will get hot. They'll win a bunch more games. The schedule's going to soften up significantly in September. It's still hard here going forward. By the way, you come home, it's not easy. You're going to face the A's, who for whatever reason have had your number, and then San Diego, and then off to Cleveland, and then to Tampa. So it's another right back to the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to September, and everything kind of softens up a little bit until you see the Dodgers the last week of the season. It's a much easier September schedule.
Yeah, the only silver lining in this, too, is that the Astros just find a way to also keep on.
They haven't scored in 3 days.
So say that again?
The Astros haven't scored in 3 games.
Is that a silver lining? Because you're not really taking advantage of them not scoring runs.
What do you mean? Of course it is.
You want to be down 5.5 games in this 4-game
Right.
No, I'd rather see them up like 2.5 games.
Well, yeah, but that's why they call it a silver lining. Like, no one's saying the silver lining is ideal. It's a silver lining. That's the whole idea. Lyle, that's the
not
whole
familiar
idea.
with that term, Salk.
Do you know what a silver lining is?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's what it is.
Look it up on YouTube. Okay, watch it. We'll give you 30 seconds to watch it on YouTube.
That's literally what it means for it to be a silver lining.
Yep.
You're finding the one positive among the negative. Yes. Anyway,
because this has been a struggle bus. What do you think of Bryce? What do you think in totality of the 5 innings of work? Was that an encouraging sign for the final 30-something games?
Oh, I think so. Don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think by and large. I think as Lyle pointed out so beautifully last night, that his velo maintained. Most importantly will probably be today, how he comes off of that last night, how he felt throughout it. But I think by and large, yeah, handling the running game and doing some of those little detail things, are going to click in with the more time. But I think by and large that was a positive. But golly, just wanted 4 and 5. Chance to get to 3 and 6 today. This is not a must win. Those things do not happen. But you'd sure love to see your other love interest step up to the rubber today and get it done.
So here's something weird. Because our eyes and the numbers sometimes tell the exact same story.
Mm-hmm.
The Mariners' OPS against right-handed hitters ranks where in or against right-handed pitchers rather ranks where in baseball.
Oh boy,
I'm not going to ask you to come up with the number, but where does it rank in baseball against righties?
I'm going to say 10th,
12th. They're 12th in OPS against right-handed pitching with an OPS of 737. Where does the Mariners
30th?
Where do they rank against
30th.
Lefties?
Right
Brock
there with
says
the Rockies.
30th, just below the Rockies. Lyle, what say you?
27th.
12th.
Wow.
713. It's a little lower. Yes, lefties do a better job against the league.
It's utterly shocking.
But they're 12th against lefties, 12th against righties. No difference whatsoever. Does it feel that way?
No.
It does not at all.
No.
But I'm just reading you the stats. They are exactly the same in terms of where they rank in the league against lefties as they are against righties.
I would have to imagine that runs scored, and I don't know if you can do that kind of filter that fast, but because Ben Williamson was never an OPS
give you
guy.
runs scored.
Correct.
That isn't a thing.
Yes,
I could give you RBI.
I'd have to imagine the offense is better in runs scored and production. You just have some guys there hitting right. In Ben Williamson for a majority of the season, it's not an OPS guy. No,
they're 10th in RBI against lefties, and they are, let's see, 13th against righties.
Well, I think you can do runs scored against lefties, can't you?
I can't here. No, they don't give you this.
Are you on Fangraphs?
I'm on MLB.
Oh, well, on Fangraphs, runs scored against lefties, they're 21st.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting that they would be higher in RBI than runs scored. That doesn't make a ton of sense.
No, let's not try to figure this out. That'd be really bad radio. But this also is what Jeff Passan said to us earlier this year. Teams struggle to hit lefties. So thank goodness Kate Anderson will be a Seattle Mariner next year, and we get a lefty in the starting rotation, which will be really, really good.
I think it's also worth saying, look, these games stink. These stretches stink. Nobody likes it. I don't like it. You don't like it. It's easy to get frustrated. It's totally fair to get frustrated. Don't get me wrong. I am upset and bummed, and it stinks. But these are pretty typical for just about every team in 2025. So I don't think it makes a tremendous amount of sense to panic over it. I don't like it. It stinks when it's happening. It's easy to try to extrapolate it and say this is going to be the rest of the season for the Mariners. But the reality is this has kind of happened to everybody.
You know what? Scratch that. They're 9th in run support against left-handers.
I told you, dude. Like, I'm telling you, they've been just fine, even though the eyes say tell a very, very different story. All right, Seahawks. We'll talk some Seahawks today, Brock, and we do want to send one of you plus 3 friends to watch the opener on September 7th. You just got to open the Seattle Sports app and click the Win tab and find out how. If you don't already have the app, simply text the word app to 866-979-3776. We'll send you the link to download. You can enter every day to increase your chances to win. The contest runs through Monday, August 25th. Okay. In 20 minutes, Brock has a little game to win some Madden game. Win
the
Madden
newest
codes.
edition of Madden. The newest edition of Madden.
Wow, and you're on it again.
Yes. Screaming, I guess.
Screaming, yes, as Brock does. Big screamer. Okay, well, if people want to win a Madden game for either
one of them. Yeah.
Huh?
Xbox,
Either Xbox
or PlayStation.
or
I got
PlayStation.
a code for you. I got the code for you to win.
Pretty incredible. Okay, so you're just going to have to know your Seahawks. We'll do that in 20 after Need to Know next.
If you haven't subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube,
It's amazing. We just got to keep hammering it home.
you're missing part of the game.
The rest is history.
There's so much more than what happens on the field.
This is the place I love.
Subscribe now for in-depth inside information with Brock and Salk.
The Mariners' hit rate was way higher than that.
Bump and Stacy.
Cal's like a coach out there.
Wyman and Bob.
One day, breaking that record would be pretty cool.
Stream it live with the local sports leader on YouTube, Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for RLE. That's Refractive Lens Exchange. Now, Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, no contacts, readers, or cataracts. Now, if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You never develop a cataract. Now, if you're somebody like me that had a pair of readers in every room of the home, in your car, you had to bring them into the restaurant with you. Otherwise, like me, you couldn't read the menu. That has all been rectified thanks to RLE. So whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to recommend what's best for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
Northwest homeowners, when it comes to your roof, you need a name you can trust. Techline Roofing has proudly served the Seattle area for years, delivering exceptional results and lasting security. Choose Techline Roofing. Your trust is our foundation. Trust Techline.
Hey homeowners, John Curley here. Why not improve your home's comfort and efficiency now? Plus, save 50 to 75% by combining tax credits, rebates, and incentives on a new heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Our bats are back, and the ballpark is rocking like 2001. Hey, it's Dr. Ryan Stern of the Stern Sinus Center. Rhine Air is a simple, non-invasive procedure that significantly reduces your postnasal drip and stuffiness. We're proud this year the Stern Sinus Center was just named a nationwide center of excellence. We offer a solution that will save you time, money, and frustration. Schedule your appointment in Auburn or Federal Way or go to sternsinus.com. That's sternsinus.com.
Hey, college students, Safeway is giving you 5% off. That's right. Junior colleges, tech schools, universities, just verify your student ID in the app, unlock exclusive deals, and shop on the app or in person. Better yet, subscribe to Fresh Pass to get free delivery and other special offers. Remember, if you use EBT, Fresh Pass is 50% off and you get savings on fresh produce. For all the details, visit Safeway.com/4U. That's Safeway.com/FOR and the letter U.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The home of the Mariners.
Left off to center. It is on its way. Julio, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures, using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Classic Collector Car Truck and Boat Auction, Saturday, August 30th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Hundreds of cars, vintage, muscle, exotic, classics, trucks, boats, and more. Saturday, August 30th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Millions of dollars in inventory, many must sell with no reserve whatsoever. Get lucky, get local, and get in line for the Northwest's greatest collector car auction. Auction details at luckyoldcar.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, the fight was good. The results, unfortunately, once again, were not. Mariners fall for the fourth straight, ensuring they're not going to win any of the three series here on this trip. I would start with giving some credit to Bryce Miller. Came back, managed to make it through 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Wasn't perfect, obviously, but he gave them a chance to be in the game and win the game. And they waited out Chris Sanchez, who was nasty, and they did a little damage against the pen. Gino getting into the action.
Kerkering straightens up. He deals. Swung on, smash down the third baseline. That's a fair ball. Hits the sidewall. Randy will score. Cal Raleigh trucking home right behind him. He scores. Gino into second. He's got a double. This game is tied. Eugenio Suarez ties it up for the Mariners. It is 4-4 in the 7th inning. A huge knock for Gino.
Yeah, I think everyone was feeling pretty good at that point, right? You kind of.
I thought they were going to win at that point.
I kind of did too. Like, all right, they've kind of roared back. The momentum's going their way. You get Matt Brash, right? This was not a, oh my gosh, Casey Lagamina's in. It's Matt Brash and disaster.
Here is JT Realmuto. Man, these kids play their hearts out. Pitch on the way. Well hit ball deep to left center field. And this is way out of here. Way back into the lower deck in left center. JT Realmuto with a long 2-run home run, and it gives the Phillies a 6-4 lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, that qualifies as a just like that, right? Like, and that ball was torched. The Phillies do not get cheated when they hit home runs. They get all of them. And so, yeah, 2-6 now on the road trip. Couldn't get anything against Duran in the 9th. Dan Wilson afterwards on the trip in general.
I mean, road trip's a road trip. This is just, it is what it is. I think we anticipated, that it was going to be a long one. It's been a long one, but there's nothing out of the ordinary here for us. We just got to continue to come out each day, ready to play. And tonight these guys were ready to fight. They fought, and it just didn't go our way.
Yeah, and not many barrels these last couple days in Philly in particular. Salk, 14 strikeouts and 15 strikeouts out of 27 outs. That's 29 of your 54 outs. The ball has just not been put in play. And yes, that is a compliment to two lefties. Some of the challenges in your lineup right now facing left-handed hitters. And as you talked about earlier, just some guys scuffling. And Polanco's not going to scuffle the rest of the way. And Randy's, going to come up with some more big hits, and guys are going to get it going. And hopefully, watching Eugenio get 3 hits yesterday kind of awakens him because they need him. This lineup needs him.
They absolutely do. It's why they traded for him and gave up what they did. Astros lose in the 10th, a walk-off walk for the Tigers. Astros haven't scored a run in 3 games. Red Sox lose, Yankees win, Guardians lose, so almost no changes in the standings. One more in Philadelphia today before a day off and a trip home. It'll be Luis Castillo against Jesus Luzardo. First pitch just after 10 a.m.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
So, Brock, it's been a really good start for the Seahawks offensive line, but we know that there are question marks in the interior of it. Does Dalton, is it Reisner or Risner? Reisner, right? That's what I thought. Does Dalton Reisner solve some of that? He is a former second rounder out of K-State, your favorite. He spent some time in Denver. He was most recently in Minnesota. He's apparently going to visit with the Seahawks today. He was okay last year, according to Pro Football Focus, 42nd out of 136 guards, 13th in pass blocking, somewhere in the 50s in terms of run blocking. Didn't allow a sack, didn't take a penalty. Is that a fit?
Yeah, I think the only question here is, and this will be a John Benton, and I love what Hawk Blocker had to say about that the other day, of just the developmental piece, right? That's what they bet on. That's what John Schneider and Benton and that whole institutional knowledge and the run game bet on, that they would develop their young people. So the question becomes, I think in some degree, is it Lamea and Christian Haynes that you want to continue to quote-unquote develop, or do you want to get a much more finished product if something were to happen to either a Bradford or a Gray Zabel?
Is he not a better option than Bradford?
Not the way Bradford's playing right now, no. I mean, Bradford's playing is bought in, and maybe also that's a little bit of, hey, you won this job. Hey, you distance yourself from these young guys, but you are not going to let up, and your sense of urgency is not going anywhere because this guy's right behind you, and this guy's a proven pro.
I do like that element of it for sure. Olu back at practice, so is Ken Walker. No Chenna, no Torrey Horton.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
By the way, they take off for Green Bay. They'll practice there tomorrow. Brady's going to be there, and then he'll join us on Friday to tell us what he saw. Major League Baseball, as it turns out, Brock, kind of still believes that you can't throw bats. Go figure. I know some of our audience is confused about this, but Major League Baseball is not. Victor Robles gets a 10-game suspension for his actions, and even tougher, those games have to be served at the big league level once he's been activated, and during those 10 games, the Mariners have to play a man short on their roster. So brutal for him, considering by the time he's ready, there's only going to be 25, 30 games or so left. I know he's had a tough year. I don't blame him. I understand why he's frustrated, but you can't throw a bat.
What does this mean? What does this mean? You have to wait now till September to call him up when you do get to expand a roster, right?
I mean, you don't have to, but you probably would, right?
Well, you'd have to play a man down now if you were to call him up.
So as I said, you would probably wait. And you don't have to wait. You could do it now and play with 25.
And Jerry said the thought was, right, to activate him next week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer, and I'm sure they will still. He's appealing. It'll probably get knocked down to 8 games, something like that. But it's a real bummer for them and for him, because I could write you a situation where you don't activate him because it's easier to just kind of go with what you got. I don't think it'll happen that way, but he really puts himself and them in a bind.
More games? Does he have to then go back to AAA to get some of that timing back?
After 10 days? Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very fair question. The whole thing is very weird. Can he play? He can't play in AAA while he's suspended, right? You have to just sit and do nothing. It's kind of a mess. And unfortunately,
hey kids, don't throw your bat. Don't throw your bat.
Yeah, don't throw your bat. That seems pretty simple and basic, and something we all learned.
Exactly what the co-eds had to yell at Mora after she barreled the ball, and Mora, you can't throw your bat after you get a hit. Can't do it.
Mine was not of anger, though. Mine was just excitement that I got a hit, and I just flung it and ran.
You can't do it for that reason either. That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here in the Brock and Salk Show. I know I saw people say, well, I don't understand. Some guys get 3 or 4 games for fighting. Why would he get this many for throwing a bat? Because he threw a bat. I don't understand why this is hard to grasp. Fighting, while not condoned by baseball, has, a long history in the game, and it kind of has the requisite punishment that goes with it. Throwing a bat does not have a long history in the game. In fact, it's something you can't do. Just very simple. Just very, very simple. Just like road trips are road trips, sometimes rules are rules. And this is one you just really can't break. Can't throw your bat. All right. You guys want to win? Who wants to win a Madden code? So let me understand. So you get the code, and that allows you to just play the game. It's the same as getting the game?
That's right.
All right.
Exactly right.
Who wants a Madden code?
You want to be a hero to your kid, to your pals, to your friends? Do you want to be Lousy Larry over in Hanford?
Is the game out yet, or this isn't?
It just came out last week.
So it came out last week.
The newest edition,
so
26.
the game, I'm not a gamer.
Before you call, just remember, Brock came up with this trivia.
Right.
He usually thinks it's easy, and
it is
the
easy.
people who
Some
call
of it
don't
is
think
easy.
it's easy.
Some of it is hard. It gets progressively
so make sure
harder.
you know your
come on.
There's going to be 8 questions. We'll have 2 contestants. There will be 8 questions. You'll go back and forth. The winner can choose whether they want a PlayStation code or an Xbox code. So we have them for both. 866-979-3776. If you know your Seahawks and want to win Madden, you can. Next.
If you haven't subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube,
It's amazing. We just got to keep hammering it home.
you're missing part of the game.
The rest is history.
There's so much more than what happens on the field.
This is the place I love.
Subscribe now for in-depth inside information with Brock and Salk.
The Mariners' hit rate was way higher than that.
Bump and Stacy.
Cal's like a coach out there.
Wyman and Bob.
One day, breaking that record would be pretty cool.
Stream it live with the local sports leader on YouTube, Seattle Sports.
Guys, now's the time, and I know we talk about it all throughout the year, but roofing season really this is the time, right? And what makes it so? Pretty much these long, dry, nice days. Roofing crews can work sun up to sundown, and so they're cranking out projects all over the region. Riverside Roofing, of course, is leading the charge. They're local here in Marysville, but they serve the entirety of Western Washington, doing amazing work. They've earned my recommendation, but also industry awards like GAF Master Elite's President's Club. That's a status that fewer than 1% of roofing companies ever attain. Get a roofing quote in less than 60 seconds, too, using Quick Quote. That's right at riversideroofingllc.com, and it'll pop up as soon as you go to the website. During and after your roofing job, you can get a yard and driveway totally clean and clear of debris thanks to the catch-all system. Yeah, I know they get national accolades, but they're a family company right here in Marysville, and they're built upon important local values like trust. It's why I always say Riverside Roofing is the roofing company you can trust.
I'm Rusty George. My local marketing agency specializes in helping companies in the building and manufacturing industries develop the right kind of websites and marketing strategies to attract and win more business. Visit us today at rustygeorge.com.
The summer sales event is happening now at West Hills Ford. Get the 2025 Ford Ranger XL STZ Super Crew 4-wheel drive. Qualified buyers can lease one now for $324 per month for 36 months with $35.99 due at signing. West Hills Ford, part of the Hazelwood Auto Group.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year, my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. NC 23 while supplies last.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks season opener on Sunday, September 7th. Open the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds of winning 4 tickets to the Seahawks season opener. Do it every day, August 19th through August 25th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. Only from the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports, the home of the Mariners.
One hopper snare, that's short. On a quick hop by J.P. Crawford. That guy's a magician over there at shortstop.
Seattle Sports.
Download the Seattle Sports app.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
You gotta love football season, but when it comes to your windows and doors, you don't want any fumbles. Steve Rabel here, reminding you to trust locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their selection of windows and doors can't be beat, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
When you own a business, it feels like everything's on you. Orders, deliveries, employees, on you. That's why Comcast Business is giving you a year of mobile on us with your internet service. Really? Yep. We'll cover your first line of mobile for 1 year. So calling customers, getting directions, texting Janine and shipping, on us. The broken coffee maker? That one's still on you, which means you'll save hundreds for your business and get the fastest mobile service with 5G cellular and Wi-Fi hotspots on us. But hurry, this deal won't last long. Get a mobile plan and free up the budget to maybe, I don't know, fix that coffee maker? Get mobile on us for 1 year, you guessed it, on us. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/22/25. Restrictions apply. New mobile customers only with internet standard service or above. Limited to value of 1 unlimited intro line apply via 12 monthly internet bill credits. 1 discount per account. Fastest mobile based on mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data in service areas. Ookla Speed Test Intelligence 2H24.
This hour of the Brock and Salk Show is powered by Star Rentals, preferred supplier to the West's best contractors.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Sorry about that, big voice guy. This Robles thing is just unbelievable. Some of the responses, Brock. I should turn off the text machine. It's driving me crazy. I agree you can't throw your bat, but this ruling is ridiculous. This happened in a minor league game. Suspend the player, but why punish the team? Well, because he was on a major league rehab assignment. I think that's why he was there for the major league team. Thankfully, 360 showing up with some logic. Assault, bad. Assault with a weapon, worse. Thank you. It's really just that simple. Thank you for clarifying. Brock, we love a good game show, right? We love a good game show. It's been a while.
So I love to compete.
I know you do. And when
you love to compete, I love to compete.
Yeah.
We all love to compete, right?
Yeah, my mom was telling me yesterday she's not competitive at all. She plays canasta with the ladies, and she's like, yeah, I don't care if I win. Whatever. I was like, I don't even understand. Like, why would you even do that? Why go? She likes hanging out with the people and the camaraderie, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But also, like, not competitive at all? Really? I don't know. That's not.
I mean, does your dad compete to win in softball?
Yes, he does. In fact, my dad wakes up at 4:30 for like an 11 a.m. softball game just to get himself fully prepared. There's a stretching regimen, and yeah, he's got to do it all just to get himself ready. Scouting report on the opposing pitcher. All right, so we've got 2 callers, Brock, and we're going to give away here a code for the new Madden game that you, of course, are a part of. which is awesome. Let me lock this one in. And okay, we'll start with Darren in Snohomish on line 1. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Well, Darren, tell us a little bit about yourself and the audience.
I'm from Snohomish. I am a high school teacher, and I'm playing for my 2 kids. They want Madden.
How old? Are the kids, not you?
8 and 11.
8 and 11. Are they good at Madden?
My son is just getting into Madden, so probably not.
Okay.
What do you teach, Darren?
High school history, so social studies, world history, and senior government.
needs his help.
How would you like to just sit down with Lyle and become a late in life tutor for him?
I will. I'm up for it.
No. I'm sure you're a great guy, Darren, but no, I don't want to learn history.
Lyle, come on. All right, hold on, Darren. Let me see who you're going to be playing against. Clark is in Maple Valley. We're going clear to the other side of the city. Clark, good morning. What's up?
Good morning. Love the show.
Love you, Clark. Tell us in the audience a little bit about yourself, if you wouldn't mind.
Plumbing contractor and playing for Montgomery 9, who has heard a great deal about Madden, but his dad's too cheap to buy it. So you said hero, and I thought, it's going to be hero or zero, but he won't know, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you, Clark. Appreciate you. All right. Here's how it's going to work. Brock and I will go back and forth asking questions. They're simple questions about the Seahawks. When you know the answer, say your name.
Say your name. Say your name.
At that point, you will have to give an answer. If you are right, then you'll get a point. If you are wrong or can't answer or whatever. Are we allowing steals, Brock? I would say no. No steals today?
Probably no steals.
No steals. That's the rule today. So no steals. All right. Are you guys ready? Brock is going to ask you the first question. And when you know the answer, say your name, Darren and Clark.
Yep. All right. Fire that music for me now. There we go. Okay. Question number 1. And remember, you're doing this for your kids to be a hero and not a zero. Question number 1. Which young Seahawk rookie played his college ball at both Nevada and Colorado State?
Your name.
You have to say your actual name. I don't know who's talking.
Your actual name, Clark.
Clark.
Anyway. Yes.
Clark, who is it?
I'm down with that, Clark. Go ahead.
But I don't know which one's talking. Clark, yes.
The funny one. Come on. But looks aren't everything. Here we go. Let's go with Gray Zabel.
Sorry, Clark. That's not going to work. You don't get a steal, but Darren, do you know who it is?
I actually don't.
Wow, interesting.
It's Torrey Horton. Even I
wide receiver.
Hades.
Come on, guys.
All right. Question number 2. What is the name of my newest love interest in the Seahawks offensive coordinator?
Same guy.
Darren. Kubiak.
You get a first name for me?
Clint.
Yeah!
There you go, Darren.
Out of the way, Darren.
1-0.
I thought the new love interest was our third string quarterback choice. I
like him too. I like me some Jalen.
That was you said that was your first love interest. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, I did just write a column. If you have some time, you can go to seattlesports.com. I did write about my new love for Clint Kubiak. All right, question 3.
Darren, what high school do you teach at up there in Snohomish, Darren?
Glacier Peak.
Oh, Glacier Peak.
Isn't that one of the Gatorade flavors we were talking about yesterday?
Yeah.
And it's also
Glacier Freeze.
Sorry.
Freeze.
My bad.
Glacier Peak actually, Salk, was the high school where Haley's high school basketball coach's husband got booted out of the gym.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was not
rough day.
Not a great day. Okay, question number 3.
I know Clark's not going to know this one.
Clark, Darren, what college did both the right now starting left guard and starting center, Gray Zabel and Sundell, which college were they teammates at?
Darren. South Dakota State. South Dakota.
Can't allow it.
Too late.
That would be North Dakota State.
We were looking
for my God.
The Bison.
Yeah, thank you.
I got a friend from South Dakota. She's going to be so mad right now. She's going to be so mad at the confusion.
So through 3, Darren is
1-0.
leading 1-0. Darren, do you have any faculty up there, do you think, at Glacier Peak listening right now?
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm probably going to get a ton of texts after this is over.
Great.
All right, here we go. All
Darren
right,
Clark. I didn't even think of it, too, Brock. We're like golfer Darren Clark here. All right. Number 4, fourth question. As a Madden code is on the line. It's 1-0 after
for your
3.
kids. It's for your kids.
This one I think is harder. In what city in Washington? In what city here in Washington did Cooper Kupp attend high school?
Clark.
Clark. Say it again.
Clark Yakima.
Yeah!
On the board.
He was a Pirate at Davis High School.
He's on the board.
I'm from Ellensburg. That kind of helps.
Oh, boy, Clark.
Text messages coming in. These guys stink. You guys need better requirements for these contests. There's no real competition.
No wonder you guys hate the texters. Jeez. I'm just a comedy relief. I'm not really here to compete. You know?
Clark, very impressive.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah.
50%. 2 out of 4, correct?
Man, he's trying to
So I've
retire.
said these get progressively harder. I don't think so. I think this one's the hardest of the final 4. Well, there's maybe 2 hard ones in the final 4. Question number 5. We were deadlocked at 1-1. What were the name of the 2 head coaches that Jalen Milroe played for at the University of Alabama? Who were the 2 head coaches Jalen Milroe played for at Alabama?
Can I call a friend?
I thought you'd be able to get these.
Wow. It's not that hard. Okay, we're out.
Nobody? Nothing? Not even one? I mean, one of them.
He's the greatest head coach in the history of college football.
His first name is Nick.
Nick Saban.
There you go.
Saban and the UW coach.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I thought that was Ohio State. I got it mixed up. Okay.
Yeah, now you've given the texters a lot of fodder,
Yeah, that
boys.
wasn't good.
Yeah.
That one was tough.
I know.
All right.
Your loins.
It's 1-1 after 5, Brock. I don't know. This isn't going well. All right, 6th question for you guys with a Madden code on the line, Clark and Darren. Who did the Seahawks play in their season opener at home?
Darren.
The
49ers.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, whoa, all right. No, let's not resort to name calling.
Clark, this is for your kids.
Oh, is that my outside voice? I'm sorry.
No name calling. What's the matter with you?
I hated my history teacher. You know, I'm a little pent up rage.
What was his name, Clark? Do you remember his name, Clark?
Yeah.
I love Mr. Van Hooy and Mr. Orton. Okay, here we go. Final 2 questions. Seattle Seahawks are flying today to Green Bay, Wisconsin. What is the name of the stadium that the Packers play in Green Bay?
Clark. Lambeau.
Very good. That was really easy. Can't believe.
Why did you say they get progressively harder?
Because I stopped reading, I think, after 5.
Oh, thanks. Wow, we got a game, kid. 2-2. This is it.
All right, this is it for all the marbles.
Confidence level, they're going to get this right.
Low to quite low.
Okay.
I don't feel good about this one at all.
Brock's my favorite for a reason. Sorry, go ahead.
Nick Eamon-Wari was the Seahawks' 2nd round pick. Where did he attend college?
And what's their mascot?
Clark, Nevada. I don't know.
Oh, Clark, Nevada. I love what Clark did right there. You know what? I'm not going to lose. If I get in,
might
and
as well
mess
take
it up,
a guess. There's no downside.
I know Darren's
right.
typing. Darren's
only
typing away right now. Darren's typing away.
I know what it is.
But you can't steal. So.
Yeah, no steal.
I know.
Way to go, Clark. That was wise.
Smart.
Hey, you know what? When you can't baffle them with brilliance or BS otherwise, right?
Yep. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do today, Salk? I'm going to do something today that I've never done before. Because we did this for the kids.
No.
You hate kids.
You hate these kids.
I love kids.
No,
I
you
love
don't.
kids.
We literally have an open
I
that
know.
says Brock Cowherd doesn't just hate one kid.
Because of this contest.
Yeah.
Was it Rocco?
Because of this contest, that's where that came from, and I am gonna bust that. I'm gonna bust that myth. I love kids. I'm coaching kids right now.
Oh, really? How come you never mentioned it?
Hey, Clark and Darren. Hey, guess what, Clark and Darren? You both win today.
Wow.
You're gonna both get a Madden game.
253 says we should mail them rotten eggs.
Hey, participation trophies for all.
And listen to that middle-aged man cough as he's laughing.
All right, guys, both of you hang on the line. Let me see if I can put you on hold without messing this up.
guys.
Clark, what a
done, Darren.
performance.
Thanks for the lowest common denominator.
All right, I got him on hold. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. I know. It's so hard to do. Do I do this? Oh, my God. Unlock. Then hold. Okay, I got them. They're both on hold. I don't know why this is so
Thank you for not
complicated.
putting that on me. I probably.
No, I did.
Clark.
I got it right.
More, they're all yours. Clark and Darren.
Got it. Thank you.
That was a trip, man. That was a trip. Clark was as feisty as anyone we've ever had. 2425 says Clark had 162 battles mentality.
Your name. Your name. Say your name. Your name.
That was something. All right, there we go. Thank you. Well, you can kill the music. The game's over. What are we doing here? The game is over. Oh my God.
I think Darren's gonna come in and work with our Lyle.
No, I don't think we are.
Why not? Why don't you want to learn a little history?
I could not make a possible list of things that could. My list of things to do in life, other than go back to school, has to be the shortest thing of all time. There is almost nothing I'd rather do.
Were you gonna swear right there?
It felt like it. Lyle's losing the very idea that he might have to learn something is driving Lyle to cursing on the air. You all right?
No, it's actually the Mariners lineup today. That is.
Do you like the Mariners lineup today?
No, but it's a combination of both.
What don't you like about? You know what? Let's just move it along. Let's do some Blue 88.
All right, here we go, boys.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready? Right.
Brock Cowherd tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Cowherd and Mike Salk.
You just don't like the start of it.
I don't like
I think
any of
that's
it.
the problem.
No, I don't like any of it. And I'm not alone. There was a ton of feedback in the text this morning from people very upset about the new open. They didn't like any of it.
You know who to talk to then?
I'm going to talk to Pittman. I'm willing to call it out. There's something wrong with it. It sounds phony, forced, and fake. I hate it. I hate the new open. Absolutely hate it. I don't even know if I can ask you 3 football questions. The tackle pun, I don't like. 425 wondering if Lyle just dumped himself. No. Lyle's in control of himself. He's in control of his faculties. I promise. All right, Brock, 3 good football questions, which I guess you're going to tackle right now. It's a little football pun. You and Daniel Jeremiah and even Hawk Blogger, who was talking trash to us this morning about his 4.7 rating on Apple Podcasts, are just furious about. They've all mentioned sequencing this week. But how did the kid from Yakima do it best?
Yeah, let me hear this Davis High School Pirate that's got a nice little golf swing, too. I'll get to in a second. Here was Cooper Kupp asked about that yesterday.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Cut 14.
Give me a second. I just need a moment.
Cut
Hold
14,
on.
Clark.
I was doing other stuff.
I mean, I think it's one of my favorite things about watching offenses really across the league as the season goes on, right? Like you have the first 4 weeks of the season. This is what we did in training camp. This is who we are. You put those 4 weeks together. It's like, well, now we got, now they've seen 4 weeks. Now we got to kind of start building off of it. It's like you just keep stacking layers upon layers, and by the end of it, it's morphed into like, man, these are the things that are working for us. These are the things that we're doing well, and there's these, these counters and counters back that just, it makes it a lot of fun to see that kind of growth. And it is about the sequencing and how you're gonna, like, what are the things that you're putting out there, what runs are working well, what play actions are you gonna build off of that, and what screens are you gonna build off of those. It just continues to stack and build, and I think we've seen a little bit. I mean, the way that we do things here, just being able to compete against each other, and in some ways, it's like, man, Clint just wants to beat the crap out of Mike, and Mike wants to beat the crap out of Clint, and it makes it really fun.
That is cool. When that's a healthy tension there, that's a really good thing for a football team. It can get out of whack very quickly. I think the maturity level of both those men, and Kubiak and McDonald, is high, and therefore I think it will be very beneficial. One other thing to add to that, I love all of that, and would co-sign 100% with Cooper, is have you noticed how much more condensed the formations are?
Yes.
When you think last year, and we talked a lot about spread, and Ryan Grubb is really a spread mindset coach. And the college game is so much more of that because the hash marks allow it. Like, this system is built for these hash marks. This system is built for this level and the difference in it. And when you condense everything down, you know what you can do a little bit more of, Salk? What Jake Bobo said. You could take that same, that tunneling aspect of it, that same release to go get that linebacker that you do on the play pass off of it, on the screen off of it, on the route off of it. A lot easier to do when there is less space that you're playing within that phone booth than it is, all spread out in the basketball on grass.
All right, question number 2. Apparently, Sheil Kapadia not real excited about the Seahawks offense. He called them the 24th best offense in the league. Colin Cowherd, though, feeling very differently. He's excited about this Seahawks team.
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, yeah, they looked really, really good. I just think John Snyder, the GM, they've had 3 straight back-to-back-to-back great drafts. They're just too good. If Jackson Smith-Njigba, the Ohio State Buckeye, if he can become a number 1, and they think he is, I don't think they have a unit that's a problem. This Gray Zabel, this offensive lineman they got, oh my God, he's moving Chris Jones around like he's a loaf of bread. So Seattle, Darnold looked comfortable. I think when you watch the Seahawks, they are a top 5 or 6 roster. I really believe that.
Wow. I love Colin, right? We all love Colin. I mean, he got some sizzle. Best radio show, national show. I mean, he just says things so definitively. Now, Chris Jones didn't play in the game, but don't mind that point that he got moved around.
Don't
like
worry
a loaf
about
of
the
bread.
facts, Brock.
He was
All
eating
they'll
a
do
loaf
is
of bread.
ruin a good story.
Yes. I think the reason that Sheil Kapadia is at 24 is she'll have background here. He had a lot of years where this offensive line was very problematic. He said as much on our show when he joined us last month. I think Sheil Kapadia looks at the next level numbers, looks at the PFF grades, looks at efficiency numbers, looks at stat, right? Looks at the loss of DK and Geno. And versus Colin, that's going to just look at a little more of the sizzle, the first-round picks, the familiarity in the background and being out on the West Coast and knowing college football the way that he does with JSN and Sam Darnold, and a little bit more maybe of the hype, and then probably the truth is right in between 6 and 24 as we head into this season.
I think it's 15. I think it's simpler than that for Sheil. I think he just likes a passing offense.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. I think he gets sucked into the cooking people. That's what Wyman called them. All right, question number 3. Brock, you got to watch. Who had the best golf swing? The team all went out to Top Golf yesterday. Would you like to hear Ernest Jones? He was asked about this. Who had the best and worst swings? Here was his answer.
Tyrese Knight, without a doubt, has the worst. The best? I'd say me. I'd say me, yeah.
There you go. Pretty simple.
I didn't see Tyrese Knight's. The defensive line room, let's just put that whole group of walruses as guys that shouldn't probably pick up a golf club. That was, and that's not surprising. My life experience has taught me, if you want to feel good about your golf game, go play with defensive linemen.
Sure.
Whether that's my son-in-law or not. Like, just go play with defensive linemen. The best swing? Oh, Cooper's swing was
Did we see
itchy.
Julian Love?
We did not see Julian. Did not see Julian.
I mean, I got to imagine. I mean, he's like a big-time golfer.
Yeah. Cooper had some significant club head speed.
Yeah.
Significant.
Yeah, I believe that. All right. Well, there you go. That is today's Blue 88.
Good news, by the way, in that cut, that Tyrese Knight's able to swing a golf club, right? That's got to be good news.
Sure. Yeah, I guess that's true. Or maybe that's the bad news, is that he's so bad at it. Let's see. Some of the text coming in. I still hate the Open. Brock, this intro stinks so bad. Please go back to the old Blue 88 intro. This new one sounds like it was recorded while sitting at a desk. That intro stinks.
All right.
I like it. Since when does one man break the huddle alone? The old one at least had the whole team saying break. This is awful. Salk is right. Yeah, that's terrible, Brock. Go back to the old one. Phony, forced, and fake. Is that the new show slogan? Hey, how dare you? So yeah, that's some of the response to the new Blue 88 Open. Not impressed are the people, Brock. Not impressed.
All right. We'll go back to the drawing board. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? Like, this is just a data point, like every game is, and it's how you respond to that.
I know, but I mean, like, this is kind of a big thing, and Pittman has really blown it. So I don't know what we're gonna do. This is not said Tacoma, Don. Pittman is gonna have to come up with a way to fix this whole thing.
I also just need you guys to know that when I gave Clark and Darren their ticket codes, Clark told me a random story about. Calling into another radio station and telling a story about going to a friend's house once and not realizing the friend had a pet cougar.
Whoa.
And then he's like, I thought it was going to attack me, but it actually just wanted attention. It had been alone.
That just comes up while you're giving him the code?
Oh, well, I was trying to type in the code, so I was trying to focus, and I was like, sorry, give me a minute. And he's like, no, it's okay. I have that effect on radio hosts. And they told me about how he called into another radio station to tell the time about meeting a cougar at his friend's house.
Is this real, or is he just quoting the plot of Talladega Nights?
That's a good question. I don't know. That feels, yeah. Now we're going to try to figure out what the radio show was. Feels like the men's room. That feels like a men's room type of call. That's my guess.
BJ?
Oh, it was BJ? Oh, all right. That makes sense, too. I had the right station anyway. All right. Brock, because we're done at 9 o'clock today, short show. We only have an hour left to go. We're going to bump up the most intriguing. We are on to number 13, and I'll tell you who that is next on Brock and Salk.
He's the best catcher in baseball.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive.
And he's on Seattle Sports, Thursday afternoons all season long. It's the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
More history for Cal Raleigh.
I love being here, and I love these fans in the city.
Catch every episode of the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show, presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, the Seattle Sports app, and seattlesports.com.
I have a handful of stories that really affected me personally in my career and how I handle employees. Lee Johnson, coming out of his office as a customer, asked me where the service department is. I was like, yeah, go to the end of the hall, go up the stairs, go across the breezeway, open a door, go to the left, you want Chevy, go to the right, you want Mazda, because I didn't even have enough time to say, hey, what kind of car do you have? Here comes Lee, and it's like, oh, ma'am, come with me, let me show you. And then having him come back and not dress me down is just almost like with that fatherly disappointment of like, hey, that's not how we take care of people. I mean, the right way is to walk her down to the stairs, walk her up the stairs, open the door for her, go over, cross the way, open up that door, introduce her to somebody. So she's comfortable, she's made it to the right place, and that we value the business. What you did was you made it seem like she was an inconvenience to you. Customers are the purpose of our day.
The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
This is one of the most spectacular venues with all kinds of character and hospitality, scenery. These people in this Kittitas Valley, they love when you come to see what they have to offer.
I'm JJ Harrison, Ellensburg Rodeo Clown, and I want to invite you to the rodeo. Come hang out with us in Ellensburg. Great rodeo, great time. 2 performances on Saturday. One is the Extreme Bulls of the Year event. Do not miss the Ellensburg Rodeo, August 29th through September 1st. We'll see you there.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to your neighborhood Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit buckys.com.
Step into automotive history at LeMay, America's Car Museum. Explore 300 incredible cars and 100 years of heritage. Enjoy thrilling racing simulators and the cafe. It's excitement for all, and out-of-town visitors will love it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business calm at ooma.com/radio.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get in the freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Cowherd and Mike Salk.
All right, what turns out to be the final hour of the Brock and Salk show today. How about that? We're done a little early so that we can kick things over to the Mariners pregame show with Shannon Dreyer, and then, of course, Mariners-Phillies finale. Not a rubber match, unfortunately, just a chance to try to salvage one here in the series, at least get to 3-6 on the road trip, which would be bad, but not the end of the world. I think you really would love to avoid being 2-7 on what we always knew was going to be a tough road trip. So, big one today, and for those of you looking for some major changes in the lineup, I don't know if you're going to be happy. Dylan Moore back in there. Donovan Solano is in there today, and Mitch Garver as well. So they're trying to throw as many righties as possible at the Phillies, who've come up with 3 straight lefties here. And I understand some of the frustration level from Mariners fans this morning. All right, because of the early exit for us, Brock, we've got to continue our countdown. We are counting down the 20 most intriguing Seahawks, and today that gets us to
number 13.
All right, number 13 is tight end A.J. Barner. Number 13 is tight end A.J. Barner. For a couple of reasons.
You were younger, Salk, and you could do number 20 was 19, 18.
Ooh, could I still do that? Yeah, probably
No
not.
chance.
Yeah, I don't think I have that in me anymore. Yeah, it's probably not my jam. He's intriguing for a few reasons, though. One, played really well last year, and by all accounts, he's starting to grow into it a little bit, right? I mean, He progressed as the year went on, so much so that by the end of the year, I thought he looked really good. He has been tremendous in camp, tremendous in the preseason games. He is a phenomenal combination of ability to block and an ability to, I think in this offense especially, to do all the things they want a tight end to do. He's also intriguing because he just seems like an interesting guy. Like, we've had him on. He's funny. He's entertaining. He's thoughtful about what he has to say. It seems like he does a very good job of fitting in with everybody. And I mean that in a really positive way, not like he's a chameleon, more just like, oh, you need me in the offensive line room because I'm kind of an offensive lineman? I can do that. You need me in the wide receiver room because I'm kind of a receiver? Oh, I can do that. You want me to hang out with the running backs? I can do that. He's a guy that just, I think, has a lot of different interests and a lot of different facets to his personality. We asked him what he would want his coaches to say about him.
I mean, I'm a Hawk, man. I'm a Hawk, whatever the culture is that we got here. Well, I know the culture it is, and that's me. And I feel like I love being here. And what I said about, the opportunity, like, I'm really going to take it and run with it. And same with the rest of the guys. And I love being here, and I want to go show that.
I kind of just like the attitude. I like the way he talks. I like the way he plays. I don't think I'm the only one. Clint Kubiak, who's become one of my favorites, says that AJ is actually one of his favorites.
AJ has had a really good camp, and every opportunity that he's had, he's made to play. A lot of contested plays, but he's doing a lot of dirty work blocking in the run game that's helping us spring some big runs. And I just love his mentality. He's all football. He loves the game, loves to compete. And he's just one of my favorite guys out there, because when he gets going, he gets excited. The whole group just starts to light up.
Have they had a tight end similar to him, Brock? Is there a tight end that jumps out to you who's been similar to A.J. Barner? I can't really come up with one. We haven't seen a lot of that around here.
Yeah, like the numbers, the reason he was a fourth-round pick, because the numbers don't blow you away.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the size, he's a legit 6'6", 250.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big tight end. I think of a lot of the guys, 6'3", 6'4". There's differences in being a target at 6'6" with a really good catch radius. I mean, yeah, he's more. He's kind of a blend.
Yeah, he's much more physical than Noah Fant. Not that takes much.
And Jimmy.
He's much more physical than Jimmy, but he's probably not as good a receiver yet as those guys were. Like, right. I just don't think they've got there hasn't been a really good comp. Zach Miller, maybe, if you want to go all the way back, but he wasn't tall like that.
Zach was like 265.
Yeah, he was squat, right?
He was a big, powerful man.
And so was what was his name? Billy Bozeman. What was the nickname?
Yes.
What was his nickname? Wasn't it that?
It was Billy Bozeman.
Billy Bozeman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's different. And because of that, I'm pretty excited about what he's capable of doing. I think that if you want to have, and we've said this before, a physical run first balanced kind of an offense, tight end is one of those positions where you can set the tone, where you can decide who you are. They're an identity position. He agreed.
I just feel like me personally and us as a position group, I think we got to bring a lot of energy to the field and kind of be on that little bit of play with some swag to us, a little mean, for lack of a better term, to us. And just bring that, to the defense that we're playing. Because I feel like last year, I think DK played with some of that on the outside. And at times we had that, but, we need that all the time. And like I kind of mentioned before with the intensity that we're playing with, the whole offense is doing that. And when you bring it to the edge, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a new edge for us, we're at the forefront of that at the tight end position. So that's something that, I'm really going to make an effort to do this year. And it's kind of something that I've already brought to the table and just need to bring it to another level.
So I guess the last thing for me, Brock, is that I enjoy that he is a pretty good combination of fun and funny and sort of that laid back, cool guy drawl. But then when you actually listen to him, he's got some pretty intelligent insights about the team and what they're trying to do. You put it all together, and he's the 13th most intriguing Seahawk.
Yeah, and it was Mike McDonald, I think, when you asked him, hey, who have been some surprises? He pointed to AJ. It's just like that voice is real. Last year, I remember being on the field with Mario Bailey, and I don't think he'd mind me saying this. And I was just like, hey, what are your eyes seeing? Right? My old Seahawk teammate, and obviously an unbelievable University of Washington receiver, one of the best ever. And he's like, man, I like our 4th-round tight end. He just got some dog in him. You just got, and there's guys, Salk, and you kind of figure this out doing what I'm doing now, where you hear voices, but sometimes those voices are just echoing the coaches or saying things that they should say, right, or should be said, versus, no, this is like just deep down in his core, dude's just kind of got that edge and voice. And I think it's very real with him. And I think we're going to continue to hear more and more of that. And, oh, by the way, you know what else is intriguing? You can become a star as a 4th-round tight end. That's happened. George Kittle was a 5th-round tight end. I know they get picked high, and the guys with elite traits like Brock Bowers that run 4.4 or 4.5, or the kid a couple years ago, Pitts out of Florida, that are just freakish in their traits, can get picked in the 1st round. But you can become an absolute stud and difference maker as a mid-round pick, which is where he was.
All right. Well, there you go. That is number 13. How am I doing so far? Are you feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Was it Zabel yesterday at 14? Yeah.
You think Zabel's more intriguing than A.J. Barner?
I think so.
He probably could be. I probably could have reversed those. As I said yesterday, I felt like maybe Zabel was a little low, and in retrospect, maybe he could have been up there. But I don't know, year 2 for Barner, I think there's some cool conversations, and I think there are going to be some moments this year where we're like, geez, look at A.J. Barner. He is making a difference in different parts of the game. So
yeah, as you're going through this every day, it is paying off my thought and my first intention, or my first, when you sent the whole group out, was that's a lot of good football players. Just the first thing grabbed me of that list, maybe even more so than previous years, where there was some boom or bust, some floor ceiling. Like, this is just a group of a lot of just.
You're not the only one who feels that way, and we're going to come back to some of that at 8:30. Before we do it, though, Brock, take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know, including the entirety of today's Mariner lineup. All complaints can go directly to Lyle Goldstein. It's next on Brock and Salk.
If you haven't subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube,
it's amazing. We just got to keep hammering it home.
You're missing part of the game.
The rest is history.
There's so much more than what happens on the field.
This is the place I love.
Subscribe now for in-depth inside information with Brock and Salk.
The Mariners' hit rate was way higher than that.
Bump and Stacy.
Cal's like a coach out there.
Wyman and Bob.
One day, breaking that record would be pretty cool.
Stream it live with the local sports leader on YouTube, Seattle Sports.
Well, on this Wednesday, August the 20th, make this the day. This is the day that you check that box to deal with the stress and the confusion of your insurance. If you've watched your premiums just go up and up, if you don't know what you've got covered, then do what me and Molly and so many of my friends and family have done. Go take the First Mark Insurance Challenge. We heard so many of these First Mark Challenge victories that save people so much money. Boy, am I glad we finally decided to do it. I just wish we would have done it earlier. Here's how First Mark goes to work for you. They fully analyze your current coverage, making sure you're not overpaying for the wrong coverage. Then, unlike you and me, well, they go to the market. Dozens of major carriers they've got that connective tissue with to find you the best fit for your situation. That's it. There's no more stress. There's no more assumptions. There's no more confusion. They're your teammate. And they spent the last 30 years helping thousands of families, yes, including mine, successfully manage this world of insurance. So please don't wait a day longer. Go take the First Mark Challenge. It's totally free, and you might be the next First Mark Challenge victory. Just go to firstmarkinsurance.com. It's all right there. Firstmarkinsurance.com. Your teammate that goes to work for you.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
At Cressy Door, we have the perfect garage door for you. Come visit our brand new garage door and fireplace showroom and let our experts help you find the perfect garage door. Cressy Door.
Jaden Schwartz for Techline Roofing. Summer is the perfect time for a new roof. Take advantage of our easy financing, summer specials, and the best warranty in the business. Have a great summer. See you next hockey season. Trust Techline.
If you want that summer body you've always dreamed of, then this message is for you, ladies, and you men too. Get rid of extra stubborn fat and address areas of loose skin around the waistline, chin, and under the upper arms with ProSculpt, the new one-day instant permanent fat removal and skin tightening treatment. Maybe you've tried the lasers, fat freezing methods, even those new pills, but without the desired results. ProSculpt is different. It's minimally invasive, performed while fully awake, gentle, yet powerful. Designed to target the waistline, chin, neck, arms, and thighs, ProSculpt uses FDA-cleared plasma technology to deliver immediate, permanent fat-reducing and skin-tightening results, all in just one visit. If you want that summer body this summer, then you must act now. Go to ProSculpt.com today to schedule your free consultation. Get $250 off. For instant, permanent fat reduction and skin tightening, visit ProSculpt.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
You gotta love baseball season, but when it comes to your windows, you don't want any curveballs. Rick Riz here, reminding you to trust your clubhouse with locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Experience the difference with high-quality products, expert installation, and top-notch customer service. It's always a home run with Pella. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Just go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
History, it had the gold rush. Then came the oil boom, the tech boom, but right now it's the Wi-Fi boom, and Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Xfinity has everything you need to tap into the Wi-Fi boom with seriously powerful and seriously reliable connection. It's got 99.99% network reliability and incredibly low lag, so your streams are smoother than making a decision on what to stream. And did I mention that you can even connect to hundreds of devices so you, your kids, your parents, your poker group, and whoever else is at home can all experience the Wi-Fi boom with Xfinity. And the Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed, all in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract, all with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X5 Complete required for unlimited data, except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards, USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
Homeowners, federal tax credits on heat pumps end soon. Home Comfort Alliance can help you save up to 75% on new in-stock heat pumps with combined discounts, utility rebates, and expiring federal tax credits on systems installed by December 31st. These are new in-stock high-efficiency models that will make your home comfortable year-round. Federal tax credits expire December 31st, so don't wait. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, it's Home Comfort Alliance, the comfort people.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Well, last night, once again, not great for the Mariners. They've lost 4 straight, but an opportunity to turn that around. 10:05, first pitch today in Philadelphia. Now, we'll see what happens with weather because there's a decent chance they're going to end up getting delayed and kind of... could be a mess today. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, here's the lineup.
Did you just snort?
Yep, it was a little snort. I got a Frenchie at home. Sometimes Brock was just asking me about her. Give a little snort. Yeah.
See if you can pull that, Maura. I like that sound for
There's
later.
another one. All right, let's see. Here's what we've got. Randy Lyle snorted when he saw this lineup. Randy in left, Cal catching, Julio in center, Gino hitting fourth at third, Mitch Garver the DH, Solano at first base. So Josh Naylor gets the day off. Crawford at short, Dylan Moore in right field, and Cole Young at second base. So no Polanco and no Naylor. Yeah. And I kind of understand. I mean, Naylor had a tough day yesterday against the lefties. And my guess is you're going to see them come into this game later, and this is a game for Dan to try to utilize his bench a whole lot more than normal. Try to get out of, wait out Luzardo and get to that bullpen, because I think that's probably your best shot today, right?
How does the law firm of Lyle, Taylor, and Goldstein think of this lineup? Silence.
Dylan Moore in the last 3 months has a 143 OPS against left-handed pitching, and he is starting for the second day in a row.
That's an OPS, you said?
Yeah, not batting average, OPS. 143 in the last 3 months against left-handed pitching.
That's really not good. I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. That is just, unfortunately, the facts of it is that's just not very good. But you know what? Baseball's a weird game. Sometimes you throw things together like this just when you think, oh my gosh, there's no way this lineup can get it done against that pitcher. And we've seen it at times this year. They end up having some of their best games of the year. So this is what we'll see. My guess is you're going to end up using a lot of your roster today. My guess is that you see Naylor pinch hit, you see Polanco pinch hit, maybe you see Canzone pinch hit, and you just try to, find your way through to a win to get to 3 and 6 on the road trip.
Let's see
2
if
and
we
7
can.
doesn't sound
Let's
good.
see if we can get to Mania, the only starter they've gotten to on this entire road trip through 8 games.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can make that number 2.
And a guy that they were probably a little more familiar with. I mean, the Mariners in general, maybe not all of these players. Sometimes familiarity is a help for them. I don't know. Trying to come up with something. Thank you. There's my snort again. Appreciate that. Here was Dan Wilson on the road trip.
I mean, road trip's a road trip. This is just it is what it is.
I don't know.
We anticipated, that it was going to be a long one. It's been a long one, but there's nothing out of the ordinary here for us. We just got to continue to come out each day ready to play, and tonight these guys were ready to fight. They fought, and just didn't go our way.
I think you can insert Salk's snort into every
No, that's not fair. Stop that.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
You like the snort, huh? You should live with a French bulldog. They do it all the time. It's just a big part of my life.
You know what I mean? You mean?
Seahawks offensive line, Brock, we spent a lot of time talking about them. Do you have interest in Dalton Reisner, who is a free agent available and apparently going to come meet with them? He's out of K-State, so I know you love that. He spent time in Denver, then he was in Minnesota last year. I mean, he's 30. His year was not that bad. 42nd out of 136 guards, according to Pro Football Focus. Number 13 in pass blocking at guard. So does that fit a need?
Yeah, he's a guy that unfortunately his agent a couple years ago really misread the room and the market, thinking that he was going to get a big deal after his initial deal was done. He did not. He's played on these one-year deals, but he's been super competent. And unlike when I said to you, there's no way that some of these older guys, Scherf and others, that they kick the tires on, they're going down that road. I don't think his body is as beaten up as those guys. So that's what this visit is for. I think this also, if I was going to speculate, and this part of it is speculation, this is going to be the youngest offensive line in the league. You know what it could use? Somebody with a little more seasoning, right? I mean, you're starting Gray Zabel and Sundell and Cross and Lucas and Bradford. You don't have a guy on a second contract. I mean, that is going to be the youngest group in the league, and I maybe wouldn't mind a little bit of a gray beard coming in.
Yesterday, practice, Olu was back. Ken Walker was back as well. Chenna and Torrey Horton both not available yesterday.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
And then there's what turns out to be the most bizarre, controversial take in the history of this show, that you can't throw a bat in a Major League Baseball game. Major League Baseball ruled on it and said, yeah, you can't do that. 10-game suspension for Victor Robles. We had Jeff Passan on yesterday.
It was embarrassing and immature and wrong.
And
I think he knew that. Look,
of course.
He's been going through a lot. All of us go through a lot, and we don't throw things at other people. So he will be the suspension, I fear, will be long, and it will be entirely justified.
Yeah. Well, it was long, and it is justified. 10 games, and he has to serve those at the major league level, and the team will be minus a roster spot during that time.
So when does that happen?
I don't imagine
and
September.
Does a 10
if it
game get
happens.
knocked down to what's best case? 8?
8.
I think that's best case.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad deal.
It's not good. It's not. That's why you don't throw bats. I don't know what to tell you. It's a pretty simple Pretty simple situation. That's everything you need to know. Here was Dan Wilson. He's talked about it also.
I mean, obviously an unfortunate situation, but I think the way Victor has handled it has been, just outstanding. And the remorse that he has shown, the apologies that he has sent out, it shows just the kind of character he has. And it's definitely an emotional moment for him. So judging from that, after this appeal is heard, whatever the final decision on the punishment is, I know he'll handle that just as well as he's handled everything else. I'm sure he will be glad to get it behind him. But this is definitely something that I commend and stand with Victor and how he's handled it.
It's funny that the accountability people can't find their way towards Victor being accountable, because he has been. I think he's handled this great. I totally agree with Dan. Victor's response has been perfect. It was a bad moment for a good guy. It was a lost temper for a guy that, for the most part, has been a tremendous dude and an awesome part of this Mariner team and chemistry and all of it. And he has handled it great, and he has shown remorse. But you can't do that. And for everybody out there who likes to talk about accountability, the moment this happens, like, wow. I mean, come on.
They throw a ball at him. He got hit 3 times.
It doesn't matter. You can't throw a bat. It's just there are rules of engagement. I'll keep saying it as long as I have to. All right.
Look forward to not having to hear that anymore.
Rules of engagement?
Yeah, just after this week.
All right. You can keep talking about Symphony of Destruction, and I'll talk about rules of engagement. At some point, we got to get the Megadeth clip out there for you as well. All right. Half hour to go, Brock. Short show. Kind of 2 topics here. We've got a split decision on the Seahawks, and I'd like to get back to some of what we heard from Jeff Passan yesterday on the Mariners. We'll do both of those things next here on Brock and Salk.
He's the best catcher in baseball.
Pitch to Cal, swing and a drive.
And he's on Seattle Sports, Thursday afternoons all season long. It's the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
More history for Cal Raleigh.
I love being here and I love these fans in the city.
Catch every episode of the Honey Bucket Cal Raleigh Show, presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians, on the Seattle Sports YouTube page, the Seattle Sports app, and seattlesports.com.
All right, we were just talking about accountability, right? And it can be a really helpful thing as you're trying to lose weight. It's one of the things I've loved about Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. They will hold you accountable. I need that. You might as well. The coaching, the accountability, just a couple of the great points of this plan. What I really liked were the recipes, because the recipes allow you to buy really good food at the grocery store, cook it at home, eat it at the right times in the right ways in the right portions, and drop weight without being hungry and while eating delicious food. It's all part of the Eastside Weight Loss Clinic plan. It works. It's not hard. It's safe. No injections, no surgery. Just as I said, fresh, delicious food that you buy at the grocery store with accountability and coaching every step of the way. Start it off with just a 15-minute consult. Schedule yours right now at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, Our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks season opener on Sunday, September 7th. Open the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds of winning 4 tickets to the Seahawks season opener. Do it every day, August 19th through August 25th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. Only from the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports. The home of the Mariners. Seattle Sports.
Cal swinging a drive deep to right field.
Every pitch of every Mariners game is on the Seattle Sports app.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
You're free now. Free to stream beyond your wildest dreams.
Rom-coms, slasher-coms, space operas.
Free to fill your feed with impossibly chonky chonkers.
Cats, corgis, babies on demand.
Free to make your smart devices do silly things.
Bowl of chips on the Robo-Vacuum.
Free to open a world of remote work and Gametopia.
Who's the boss now?
Free to be everything you imagine. That's how it feels to have Quantum Fiber Internet. Your world unleashed. Learn more at quantumfiber.com.
Limited availability, service in select locations only.
At Toyota of Kirkland, it's all about making the smart play. More savings and taking the tailgate wherever you go with the all-hybrid Camry leasing at $299 a month for 36 months with $32.39 due at signing. And the Prius, the electric ride, leasing at $299 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Their incredible team at Toyota of Kirkland will set you up with a test drive so you can head to the ballpark in that new car the same day. Score yours today by visiting Toyota of Kirkland or online at toyotaofkirkland.com and take the tailgate wherever you go. Offers valid through September 2nd, 2025. Excludes taxes, titles, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable dealer documentation fee. Models 2559 and 1263.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Salk, I agree that you can't throw a bat at another player and that he should be suspended. That being said, some of the bat flips the players have done have been thrown in force in the direction of other players in dugouts. Is it really all about context of the bat throwing and not the act itself? Yeah, it is. Yeah. There is a context element to it. I have always wondered. I mean, I love the bat flips and stuff because I think it's fun. But the moment somebody gets hit with one of those, the fun's going to end. That's my guess. Just sort of the way the world works. Let's see. If you get beamed, you should be able to handle it with whatever it takes. Not really. Nope. Sorry. That's just not how this goes. Again, if he had charged the mound, you get a couple games suspension. No big deal. That's sort of part of the game of baseball. But you can't throw a bat. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell the people that are continuing to argue about this. You're wrong. There's no other way to say it. You want to go a few minutes of football, a few minutes of baseball? Let's do some football conversation here for a few, Brock. What are you chuckling about?
Just the joy of learning our audience, learning the learners, as Pete Carroll liked to say. When we get a little window into our audience, when we play these games, when we have our contestants from Hanford and Maple Valley and Snohomish, did you see Darren's email?
Clark's email, yeah.
Clark's response.
Yeah, he's weird. He's a weird guy. I don't know what to tell you. He was weird.
See, you say weird, but you know what it brings me back to? It brings me back to the kaleidoscope of personalities that my parents would have every Friday night at the house. Mm-hmm. I've thought about this. I've thought about like, why do I enjoy our audience and just like meeting people and connecting with people? It's because Peg and Mike, after every football game on Friday nights, the Hewitt house was wide open, Salk. It was an after party. And
Flophouse.
And the personalities of the coaches and community members that came through those doors was fascinating. And honestly, when we open up the phone lines and we hear from some of our audience, yeah, I hear from I hear my past. I'll just say that.
Oh,
and
I
love
can
it.
understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, not that far from Maple Valley, really, right?
Nope.
I mean, that's kind of those are your people right there.
Those are my people.
All right. Well, two people that we both, I think, like a lot. I've dealt with both of these people over the course of my career. Colin Cowherd, I got a chance to know Colin years and years ago. Obviously, you know him very well. I was lucky enough to be doing updates for his shows when I was young, and used to go on the Spanning the Globe segment all the time, which was so much fun. Boston, and he'd be like, we welcome in Mike Salk. It was so exciting. Colin Cowherd bringing me on his show. It was awesome. And then Jamie Erdhal, who I've told you before, I did a audition with like 100 years ago, and she was awesome and ended up getting the job and growing out of it quickly and all the way up to where she is now, hosting Good Morning Football, where she's great. Both of them, two very different people with very different personalities and very different kind of sourcing, etc., have come around with a similar take on the Seahawks, which is they might be really good. Here was what Jamie Erdhal said yesterday morning.
The Seattle Seahawks, I feel like, are the NFC's version of us not talking about Cam Ward or something. Like, they have a second-year head coach who is a prolific defensive coordinator with Baltimore. Like, why we're not paying more attention to Mike McDonald is beyond me. They finished 10-7 last season. They were right there. And they have Sam Darnold now. And anyone who wants to continue to deny what Sam Darnold could become as a former high first-round pick with the New York Jets. I don't care the fact that Sam Darnold has played for 16 different organizations. In fact, I enjoy that about him. He has amassed an immense amount of experience, knowledge. It's like he's got scar tissue emotionally and physically. He's a good quarterback, and he showed us that last year with Kevin O'Connell and the Minnesota Vikings. So this would be a shock to the world because I'm just not convinced that the 49ers would be that second team in the NFC West. And if things don't go well for Stafford, look out for the Seahawks.
Yeah. Disruptor. You'll play this Cowherd sound too, but that's a word that just continues to kind of reverberate with me. In this group, in the way that they're going to disrupt the offense in the line of scrimmage, the way they're going to do that in their system offensively, the way that Mike McDonald does that defensively to try to attack this very system that is so prevalent in the NFC and in their division. Yeah, I just think of the term disruptor. If this is going to be the kind of season that we hope, a pleasant surprise, they're going to have to disrupt some of the other narratives. These are two positives, but we could play 100 others over the last month and a half or so that see this team as a very mid team.
Well, it's interesting you use that word there, Brock, because Jamie didn't necessarily use it. She just sort of described it. And I think one element of being disruptive at this particular game is it does sort of come in stealth mode. People might not be talking about it right away. And that's not atypical for teams as they grow in the NFL in general. But I think it's especially true here in the Great Northwest, and especially true with a team that's doing it in the style that Mike McDonald wants to do it, with defense and running game and power and physicality, because those things aren't sexy. They don't sell nationally. They don't automatically generate the hype and the excitement from the typical sources, right? So you're not going to get, oh my gosh, look, they have this and they have that and this wide receiver and this running back and this quarterback. Well, yeah, those things sell, and those things are easy for everybody to grasp onto, and sometimes they win. Like, I'm not saying that they can't win, but this is a different style and one that can be disruptive and also is probably going to take some time for people to notice.
Yeah, and you're probably going to be the Milwaukee Brewers. Even if you're doing really good things, there's probably still going to be doubt over the entire course of the season because you do not have one of those marquee or even a Sam Darnold. Well, he's good, and if this team gets out and they're 6-3 or 7-3 or 8-2 or whatever, it's going to be like, well, just wait. The other shoe's going to drop once expectations come or once pressure comes. So, I think you're going to have to fight a lot of this all season long.
We'll get to the Cowherd sound in a minute, which is similar. But before I do, I probably should have asked you this for Blue 88 today. Did you see the reports that Minnesota's looking for a veteran wide receiver to complement Jefferson? Jordan Addison's going to miss time with a suspension to start the year. They're not happy with everything else they've had in camp so far. They're out there looking for a veteran wide receiver to complement Justin Jefferson. Could that be MVS?
Is there enough equity that he would have that to label that?
Well, I guess maybe not, but the follow-up would be, okay, but what else are they going to find at this stage of the season in terms of a veteran wide receiver? I mean, they're not going to get a star. They're going to get somebody who can be serviceable for a short amount of time before Addison comes back.
Yeah, possibly. And again, similar system, right, with O'Connell out there in Minnesota, similar language that MVS has used. I guess Horton probably plays a role in the fact he's out with a little tweak of the ankle and looks like he's not going to participate this week or tomorrow in Green Bay. And, so does that start with his injury history? Does that kind of worry you too? So, yeah, I think a worthy discussion. I don't know if he would quite move the needle enough for them to say yes.
But is it a late-round pick, or, a seventh-round pick or something like that, just so that you can sort of move off of the salary if it's something you were trying to do anyway? Maybe there's a way to get something like that done just based on the conversation you were having and Hawk Blogger was having about the potential for him not being. When I saw it this morning, I was like, oh, the Seahawks do have one of those. I don't know whether you're right, moves the needle from Minnesota, but at least I'm sure there's a conversation there between John Schneider and the Minnesota Vikings. Jamie Erdhal thinks they could shock the world. Colin Cowherd's a little more direct. He just thinks they're a really good team.
Sam Darnold and the Seahawks, they looked really, really good. I just think John Schneider, the GM, they've had 3 straight back-to-back-to-back great drafts. They're just too good. If Jackson Smith-Njigba, the Ohio State Buckeye, if he can become a number 1, and they think he is, I don't think they have a unit that's a problem. This Grace Abel, this offensive lineman they got, oh my God, he's moving Chris Jones around like he's a loaf of bread. So Seattle, Darnold look comfortable. I think when you watch the Seahawks, they are a top 5 or 6 roster. I really believe that.
5 or 6 roster.
That was hard for me. I guess if you're looking at the whole thing, there's a lot of good players on the Seahawks. I think the challenge is, do they have enough great players and do they have them at the right spots? That's still the question.
To be a top 5 or 6 roster, you've got to have, what are they called? What did DJ say? Purple? Purple chips? Like, you've got to have those beyond blue chips.
Right. I mean, I think you're still looking at Philadelphia for those reasons. You're looking at Baltimore for those reasons. You're looking at Buffalo for those reasons. I'm still looking at Kansas City for those reasons. I mean, that's 4. I suppose, the next tier down after that. Detroit's probably got to be on that list, right, at 5. Yeah. Okay, who comes next? What other teams are you looking at? Like, okay, they have a top 5, 6 roster. 5 is probably a stretch for the Seahawks. 6 is probably a stretch also. But I think it is worth noting that after those 5, there's nobody where I'm like, oh, they've got to be there because they're so stacked. Right? Like, who else is so stacked?
Washington. I mean,
I think it's a really good roster, but are they so stacked? I mean, I love the quarterback.
Are the Rams?
They're good.
Are the Niners still with a bunch of the, veteran kind of past purple chips? Yeah, I think you start doing this exercise and you do realize, and honestly, your list of the most intriguing has further cemented this. Like this roster does have a lot of good pieces.
A lot of good players.
We know this in the NFL. We know the teams that surprise are the teams you look at and go, yep, great draft. Yep, great draft. Yep, great draft. Because that's the lifeblood. That is the lifeblood of all of these organizations and the depth that you have to have in today's NFL. 17-game season, we see this all the time. It's not your first 22. You've got to get to 35 to 40 guys if you're going to be, a top 10 roster, top 5 roster.
So let me just quickly go through this, all right? We've got a moment or two here. We have a little extra time today. Here's my question. Does this team have a definitively better roster than the Seahawks? Not could it be better? Could it be in the same category? Is it a definitively better roster overall on paper heading into the season? Ready? Buffalo. Yes. Right? Miami?
No.
New England?
No.
New York Jets?
No.
Ravens?
Yes.
Bengals?
No.
Browns?
No.
Steelers. I can't say definitively. Not with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Not they might have a better roster, but I'm not going to say definitively. The Texans?
Definitively?
I think they have a better roster. I do, but I don't think it's like definitive, absolutely, definitely. I think it's a better roster, though. I'd put the Texans ahead of them. Indianapolis? No. Jacksonville? No. Tennessee? No. Denver? Not definitively. Definitively better? All right. You want to put Denver in there? I'll give you Denver. All right, fine.
Denver's pretty good.
Kansas City? Probably. I mean, you still have Patrick Mahomes. I just like it. Sorry, that's going to be better.
I mean, you just smoked them, so.
Yes, they're better. Yeah. The Raiders? No. The Chargers? Is it definitively better?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, well, that's the AFC. That was 4. In the NFC, Dallas? No. Giants? No. Eagles? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders? I think it's better, but I don't know if I'm going to say all right, maybe the Commander. You want to say Commanders? All right, there's one more. Bears? No.
You sure?
Definitively? I gotta see the quarterback do it.
The receiver room's good.
I gotta see the quarterback do it.
They added to the O-line. You were very envious of their offensive line.
I like
Defense
them.
Has been solid.
I got to see the quarterback do it before I'm going to say definitively. Detroit, yes, I'm going to say so. Green Bay, no. Minnesota? Definitively?
Definitively, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. But do they rookie quarterback who I love, but we haven't seen him do it yet.
Yep.
I can't say it definitively. I think they're better. Again, there's a lot of teams I think are better, but I'm not like 100% sure they've got a better roster. Atlanta, close, but I'm not there yet. Carolina, no. New Orleans, no. Tampa.
Yeah, probably right with you. I mean, you're in this group, honestly.
You're in the group. And then it's Cardinals, Rams, and Niners. Like, okay, there's maybe 7 or 8, maybe even 9 teams that have a definitively better roster. If I give you Houston and I give you Chicago and we go with Washington, okay, maybe you get to like 9. But it's not 15, 16, 17 teams that are definitively better. You're in that middle group, probably somewhere between 10 and 18. And it's
there
up
with
to
Atlanta and Green Bay
Yes.
and Tampa Bay and, a bunch of those rosters that you're pretty similar to.
And it's up to you to find a way through coaching and through growth to end up being better than those guys when the season is all said and done.
I had another thought, too, and I know we'll get to some passing stuff here. Can you help me? And again, I want to dig in this. How many QBs have played badly for John Schneider?
Badly.
How many QBs here in our 17 years would you look at and go, geez, Tavares played good for Pete and John?
I mean, the clipboard Jesus was bad.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Charlie Whitehurst was bad.
He was not a great player,
but he was bad.
He was about it. I mean,
now you've had like Sam Howell came in.
And
there have been guys who've come in, didn't make the team. Sam Howell and what was the tall giraffe-looking dude? Paxton Lynch. I mean, like those guys were horrendous.
Yes.
There was that guy that was here forever that like created his own brand that couldn't play at all.
King.
What was his name? I mean, he was awful. He was a backup quarterback for like 2 years. What was that guy's name? He was a little running quarterback
from
TCU.
Yes.
It was awful.
Trevon Boykin.
Oh, my gosh.
The Boy King.
Oh, I mean, he was very, very bad.
So he was the Boy King.
Very, very bad. So, I mean, like, as a starter, no, not many.
Nope.
As backups, there have been a few. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Why do you ask?
I was thinking about listening to Erdhal, and again, my disrupting thing, and just and watching Sam, and I know it was only one game, but it's the last couple weeks, this offense and everybody. I would think that this would be the place that if Sam took a step in his career, and he took a huge step last year, right, in Minnesota, and was in the MVP conversation until it fell off, I would think these pieces around him and this group of men and this coaching staff and this general manager, like this would be the right environment to see him continue to take that next step.
If you guys have some time, here's the thing. Entries, we need some for tomorrow. Maura is going to start putting that together today. So if you can send in a Here's the Thing entry, all you got to do is go to the Seattle Sports app and then click the phone call-in tab, I think it is. And then you can leave us a message and have fun with us, make fun of us.
It's the amount of people that do it accidentally.
Yeah.
We seem to get like butt dial messages on the like it seems hard to log into an app and click leave a message.
Like there's like multiple buttons that have to be hit. Yeah.
We get a few of those.
It's not like when I used to accidentally call David Ardsma because he was number one in my contact list and be like, sorry, David, my bad. Called you again. You're AA. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that does seem like it would be difficult, but please.
Sometimes you can just hear them listening to the show in the background.
Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange. All right, we'll try to leave us a message for Here's the Thing. There have been some really good ones recently, so let's keep that going for tomorrow. We'll do it at 8 o'clock. We did speak with Passan yesterday, Brock, and he, I think, was pretty upbeat considering some of the challenges the Mariners have had on this road trip.
It hasn't been great so far, guys, but, all of the games that they had played leading up to it, it buys you a buffer to have some down moments during the season. And I would take in totality the way that the Mariners have been playing. And listen, I know it's not easy when, 2 and 4 over the last 6 games, I think, and some ugly games in there, and giving up 21 hits, and Logan Gilbert looking like, I don't know what the hell was going on yesterday. I don't know if he was tipping pitches. I don't know if the Phillies were just absolutely locked in, but it gives bad feelings, and the feelings get a little bit worse when Christopher Sanchez is on the mound tonight. But you're gonna go through times like this, and I look at who the Mariners are, and this last week has not shaken my faith in their ability to be a really good baseball team.
What I hear, go ahead.
No, I think that's all fair. Obviously, 2 and 6 road trip. You've lost 4 in a row. You don't love 5-game losing streaks. So, especially with this rotation now, kind of all back and at it, you would think that 5-game losing streaks should not happen. When a Wu and a Kirby and a Logan and a Castillo and they all get their turn through, and Miller back last night. So you'd love to see that stop. But I can understand where some angst comes, because I think I have one, and I am one of these kind of nervous, long-time, lifetime Mariner fans that, is just seeing some of the, and Molly again said it to me last night. I really thought, honestly, I wasn't negative Nelly when Gino drove those runs in. I thought they were going to find a way to win. You're going to have, your rested leverage guys. Brash going to do his thing. They're going to find a way to win this thing and just kind of stop the slide.
You kind of felt like you would get the benefit of why you didn't pitch those guys the day before. Like, okay,
That's
cool.
right.
They've got their dudes ready to go. And unfortunately, Brash just didn't have it yesterday and hung a pitch. And the next thing you know, I think what I hear from Jeff, though, Brock, and what I like about and why I wanted to play that again is the understanding that what you're seeing isn't good, but that it doesn't necessarily reflect the totality of who the team is. And I think that is often the hardest thing in baseball, in general, to recognize what you're seeing and call it and say it like it is. It wasn't good and hasn't been good here for the last week, but not making a definitive statement about the team because of it, because there's just so much more evidence in play.
Yes, I think that is totally fair. I would just say one more thing. And again, I don't know if the numbers bear this out. You did the exercise earlier with the right-handed versus left-handed guys, and you would think it would be so overwhelming. And if I did a deep dive of the other 29 teams, I would probably find some similarities. But I think the challenge is you do have quite a few volatile guys in this lineup.
Absolutely.
And that makes it even sometimes, I think, tougher.
I think what it's going to mean, though, is
that Gino can go so up and down. Randy can go so up and down. Polanco can go so up and down.
Yeah, look, doesn't it just mean you're probably going to make the playoffs? Not definitively, but just looking at what's there and kind of the other teams around you, there's a very good chance you'll make the playoffs, whether it be as a wild card team or as a division leader. And then it's kind of going to be a matter of, are you hot then or not? Are those guys hot then or not? Right. And by the way, that's kind of what it is throughout a lot of baseball. And Jeff was talking about that yesterday, too. Just saying, like, look, it's the sport where the 26th guy on your roster may end up being just as big a difference maker in a postseason as a number 1 guy on your roster. It's just a weird sport that way.
It's most akin to hockey in that way. But I think it's fair to say that hockey, it's more of almost the effort, energy, health, confidence, relentlessness, whatever it is, some of those intangibles, whereas baseball, to your point, is just like, yeah, man, are you seeing the ball? Does it look like a softball or does it look like a BB, right? And I think for some of the guys in this lineup, it is quite striking, the up and down nature of it. Like, does Philadelphia's lineup go through that many.
I think they've gone through some ups and downs this year. It probably hasn't been as extreme. And by the way, that's
Schwarber's some boom or bust, but he's a huge on-base guy. And Harper and Trey Turner, and goodness gracious, they just keep coming at you.
Yeah, it's a really good team.
Yes.
I mean, there's no doubt. They're one of the best teams in the league.
They faced this year, right?
Along with Milwaukee. I mean, wasn't Milwaukee pretty darn good?
They were. They didn't feel as damaging like this team, and especially in their park. And you said this going into this road trip. Again, a reminder going in that these teams all play pretty darn well at their place.
Yeah, and it is hard to look at a road trip, say, hey, this is going to be a really hard road trip, and then get really mad when they don't play well on the really hard road trip. Like, we knew this was going to be the case, and it's turning out to be exactly like we thought it would. Is it frustrating? Yeah. It stinks when you're watching games and they're not playing well. I just don't necessarily use that as like a definitive answer on what's going to happen next. It's not predictive. That's the thing that's weird about baseball. How you're playing is indicative only of how you're playing. It's not necessarily predictive of how you're going to play tomorrow. And that is such a strange part of this game. It's pretty unique to this game.
Yes, and to this fan base and to this populace that just wants to latch on so badly. Right? It just wants to be loved.
Have you, this is just a really quick thing, have you followed any of what's gone on with Ketel Marte over the last week or so?
Not really. I know you sent the clip in our sister station, and geesh. Yeah.
Well, Dan Bickley, who hosts the morning show on our sister station down there and is awesome, he's really good, is taking all kinds of heat for talking about how Marte doesn't put in the effort and this and that. And then Marte ended up not coming back after the All-Star break for a couple games, and the team didn't pay him for those 2 games, and he had to apologize for it. It has been a really weird situation. If you have a minute, go read the awful announcing story on it, just because Bickley does.
If you haven't subscribed to Seattle Sports.
Whoa. We're not quite ready for that. Go read it. It's a pretty interesting take from Dan Bickley. We are going to start getting out of here.
We have a hard out, Salk.
I know we do. Well, that's why I was looking for some music. We've got a little hard out. There we go. There's our goodbye music. Thank you.
Lyle's frustrated.
Sheesh. I mean, seeing these 3 guys in the lineup has just been too much for Lyle today. Poor guy.
He's not throwing bats, Salk, but
Jordan Palmer tomorrow? We got to get out of here, Brock. You know where the hay is?
Barn.
It's in the barn. See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper! If you haven't subscribed to Seattle Sports on YouTube,
It's amazing. We just got to keep hammering it home.
you're missing part of the game.
The rest is history.
There's so much more than what happens on the field.
This is the place I love.
Subscribe now for in-depth inside information with Brock and Salk.
The Mariners' hit rate was way higher than that.
Bump and Stacy.
Cal's like a coach out there.
Wyman and Bob.
One day, breaking that record would be pretty cool.
Stream it live with the local sports leader on YouTube, Seattle Sports.
Does your building company have a strong website? One with a solid organic search presence, engaging prospects, and filling your pipeline? You know, a site that speaks loud about your company. I'm Rusty George. My local agency specializes in creating websites and marketing strategies for building companies, including construction, manufacturing, and material suppliers. We develop strategies and tactics to attract and win more quality business. See how we can help your business get louder at rustygeorge.com. That's rustygeorge.com.
Hey homeowners, John Curley here. Why not improve your home's comfort and efficiency now? Plus, save 50 to 75% by combining tax credits, rebates, and incentives on a new heat pump from Home Comfort Alliance. Visit homecomfortalliance.com.
Step into automotive history at LeMay, America's Car Museum. Explore 300 incredible cars and 100 years of heritage. Enjoy thrilling racing simulators and the cafe. It's excitement for all, and out-of-town visitors will love it. Visit americascarmuseum.org.
Is your car road trip ready? Don't get stranded. Get to Bucky's Complete Auto Repair. Bucky's has been preparing cars, trucks, and SUVs for safe, worry-free travel for over 50 years. We take care of your car with experience and good old-fashioned customer service. For all your oil changes, brakes, AC charging, and factory maintenance, choose Bucky's. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit Bucky's.com. Bucky's, where your car feels right at home.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
You gotta love football season, but when it comes to your windows and doors, you don't want any fumbles. Steve Rabel here, reminding you to trust locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington to tackle your project. Their selection of windows and doors can't be beat, and they'll give you top-notch customer service with no trick plays. Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. The Seattle Mariners pregame show is on.
Back she goes, going and going. Goodbye, baseball. He did it. Julio Rodriguez.
Mariners pregame is brought to you by the new Chevy Trax, Beacon Plumbing, and Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Seattle Mariners pregame. The countdown to first pitch is underway.
Well, good morning and welcome to Philly, where today the Mariners send Luis Castillo to the hill, looking to end a tough road trip with perhaps a bit of momentum after facing challenges at every stop. Shannon Dreyer coming to you live from the Western Washington Toyota broadcast booth, bound here today at Citizens Bank Park in South Philly. We are bringing you a Luis Castillo and Jesus Luzardo, another lefty matchup, which will come your way at 10:05 Pacific. For a third straight day, we arrived at the ballpark and did not see sunshine. In fact, today the clouds are low. You cannot see the tops of some of the larger buildings on the skyscape just beyond the center field wall. The tarp was on the field earlier today, but it's now off. We're expecting an on-time start and to be able to get this one in. It looks like if there is precipitation, it will be more of maybe the mist or very light rain variety, and it really shouldn't be too heavy. It should be, we should be good to go. I think that's what I'm saying, and hopefully they will keep this one going. It doesn't feel as bad as perhaps it looks right now. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So, fingers crossed that we will not be dealing with yet another weather game today. Luis Castillo will be on the hill looking to bounce back from a little bit of a rough outing in New York. We've seen him do the bounce back thing a few times this season, and he's in a spot where he needs to play stopper. They do need a win today to feel a little bit better heading into that offseason, get back home and regroup just a bit. We knew this road trip was going to be tough. There are good teams on the other side. Huge crowds in New York and Philadelphia. There's been weather, and then, of course, the whole, we love the Little League, but it was a long day. And the Mets actually got a day off after that. The Mariners did not, and they kept playing. And I think everybody is going to enjoy that day off tomorrow, but they will enjoy it much, much more if they are able to do it coming off of a win. Of course, one little glimmer of good news, and what's been kind of a rough road trip is the Astros are going through the same thing right now. The Mariners come into the day just a game and a half behind for the lead in the West. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup today. Again, Luzardo, a lefty, third lefty in the row. So it is not the lineup that you are accustomed to seeing most of the time, the one that you saw on the homestand with all of the righties. This is what we've got. At the top, Randy Arozarena in left field. It was good to see him get a hit and get on base with a walk last night. He needs to get that back going. He's had a rough road trip, but once it gets going, he can do big, big things. Cal Raleigh sitting on 47 home runs, one away from tying the most in the history of the game by a catcher. He will follow, and he will be behind the plate. Julio Rodriguez in center field. Gino Suarez, 3 hits last night, 2 doubles. One of them should have gone out of the park. Unfortunately, there was a wind that was blowing in. Daniel Kramer had that great tweet last night and just pointing out the 2 balls that were hit almost to the exact spot. One was pushed back 7 feet. The other was pushed back 5. Maybe that won't be as much of an issue today. There's been a little bit of wind in each game that we have seen here. Mitch Garver will be the designated hitter, batting 5th, followed by Donovan Solano at first base. Josh Naylor has just 4 hits on this trip. He's getting a break against the lefty today. J.P. Crawford moves up a spot to 7. He will be at shortstop. Dylan Moore in right field. Cole Young rounding out the 9 at second base. That's going to bring us to the health report. Brought to you by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. Bryce Miller checked out of yesterday. A-OK. Good to see. Can't wait to see what he does in his second start off of the IL. And then Dom Canzone. Wrist is still stiff after getting hit in game 1 here. Not available today and is day to day. This health report is powered by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the sports medicine provider of the Seattle Mariners. We've got a great show coming up for you. Coming up on the round table, it is a getaway day and the last game of a series. So we got a favorite game that we like to play on the round table coming your way in just about 15 minutes. On the Mariners Clubhouse Insider, late last week, and you may have missed it because we were on the other station because another game was going on. Andy McKay, assistant general manager, joined us, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about something that we have observed specifically with Cole Young. That will come up on the Insider in about 25 minutes. We will have all of the usuals as well, picks to click, check out what's going on around the rest of the league, and much, much more. But coming up next, I sit down with Dan Wilson. How do they keep these Philly bats quiet? How do they get things going with their own bats? That and more comes up next as